All right then, we're back for another deadline stream. Game week 29. Can you believe there are only 9 game weeks left after this one this season? Crazy. Lots to talk about this week. Obviously, loads of players flagged. I've got Haaland and Rice both in my team, both flagged. Well, they're in my starting 11. I also have Joachim Andersen and Joe Rodon also flagged, which is all fun and games. We'll have a look at the latest information from the press conferences together. If anyone sees a tweet or a summary of the press conferences before I do, please do post it in the chat. But yeah, huge week, isn't it, ladies and gents? 197k overall I am now. Last week was pretty damn good for me, I won't lie. I'll just show you quickly what I did last week. 76 points. I went up probably, I don't know, nearly 100k places in the last couple of weeks, so we're pretty happy with that. But yeah, this week is interesting. Pep should be live for his press conference in a second, so hopefully we start getting some updates from that as soon as possible. Yeah, that's my team. I'll tell you what, one decision that doesn't rely on press conferences is which goalkeeper do I play this week. So you can see there, I've got Sanchez starting at the moment and Dubravka on my bench. Dubravka obviously playing Everton, Sanchez playing Villa. What do you lot reckon? It's probably Sanchez, isn't it? You know what? Come on, Arsenal. I'm pretty sure I saw Keith Andrews, the Brentford manager. There's a quote from him saying that one of the important players will be left out. Am I mistaken in saying that? I have a feeling Dango could be rested. Just a feeling. Sanchez was rubbish against Arsenal. You are right, but that doesn't mean much, I don't think. Let's have a look. Let's have a look for that Keith Andrews quotation. Make sure I'm not delivering fake news, because we don't do that here. Maybe I am lying. So I'm just checking Twitter. I haven't seen a quote of that, actually, to be fair. I'm taking that from someone I was talking to. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't know about Wilson yet. Just catching up with a bit of news a second. Nothing yet. Right, let's see. Let's see if anyone's tweeted stuff. Okay, this is the Haaland update, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Haaland update. He feels much better, but the team did not train yesterday. They will train today, and we will decide then. So that's the Haaland info. He feels much better, but the team did not train yesterday. They will train today and decide then. I think, especially because he's got another day, he'll be playing on Wednesday. I think he'll be fine. I think he's going to start. And the thing is, for me, with Haaland, this is not a surprise, by the way, this news. This is literally exactly what I thought Pep would say. The thing is with Haaland, though, he either starts the game or doesn't feature at all. I don't really see a world where he gets benched and plays like 20 minutes. I just don't see that being. I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. So yeah, I think that's a positive. That's a positive update on Haaland, and I'm going to put that in the. I'm going to put that in the cartel a sec. Marco Silva's press conference is at 1:30 p.m. So we've got an hour to go until Marco Silva's presser. So that's the update we have on Haaland. I'm going to just change the title of the stream, if that's all right. Just change the title of the stream because we got an update. By the way, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you could leave a like rating on the stream and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I'd really appreciate that. We're trying to hit 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if you can help me get there, I'd be very grateful. So both Mikel Arteta and Marco Silva's press conferences are at 1:30 p.m, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the update we've got on Haaland that's on screen at the moment. He feels much better but the team did not train yesterday. They will train today and we will decide then, is what Pep had to say. I'm sure. Yeah. And he said the same on Nico O'Reilly, if people have got him as well. They'll decide after training tomorrow. I'm going to put that in my latest news, if that's okay. On Haaland. Oh, it didn't like that. It didn't like that. Please like and subscribe. Sorry, guys. I'm just sorting out my ticker. Won't be a sec. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. There we go. There you go. There's the update that we were all looking for. I think he's going to play, I'll be honest with you. I think Haaland's going to be fine. So he's in, and he's going to be my captain. There should be a like button below the title, mate. There should be a like and a dislike symbol. O'Reilly, the same. O'Reilly's the same update. Thoughts on Ekitike captain? Nah, not for me, mate. I don't think Ekitike plays the full 90, first of all. And second of all, I guess I don't think Haaland does either. But he's not on penalties, Ekitike. I would captain Haaland, to be honest. Honestly, Frank, with how the minutes have come in recent weeks, with Sharda having his rest a few weeks ago, I think his minutes are going to be better than Dango's. I've just got... there's no news to suggest this will happen, but I just have a feeling that Dango's due a rest. Wilson, we have the Marco Silva and Arteta press conferences at 1:30. So we don't know yet. We don't know. Pressers speaking at 1:30. Oh, come on. What would you do with Wilson? I'd play him, mate, I think. I think Wilson plays, I'll be honest with you. I think Wilson plays. My thoughts were to potentially... Oh, I'll put it in the FPL polls. I think Haaland plays, would be my opinion. I think that the beauty with Haaland is that he either starts or just doesn't feature at all. So I think he's the best captain this week. And if he doesn't play, he's going to... I just put Bruno Fernandes as my vice. That's my plan this week. Like Newcastle at St James's Park are obviously... they're not an easy game, but I don't think Newcastle have been very good this season, so I'm not too concerned. I wouldn't do that just yet, Mr. Lozano. I'd wait for some news. Who do you think is the best under 6 million midfielder until Gameweek 32? Honestly, it was Harry Wilson, probably Elliot Andersen now, to be honest with you. Evan Nilsson, any news? Don't think so. Let's have a look. Boo-doo-doo. Oh, Evan Nilsson could be benched. Yeah. So it's not... Here's the latest news. So Iraola is unsure whether Evan Nilsson, due to a dead leg, will be fit. The Cherries trade on Monday evening, and there will be an assessment then. Senesi's fine, but yeah, Evan Nilsson might be out. Yeah, Verbruggen or Dubravka is interesting. Gut feel is Dubravka. Yeah, I like Mukiele for Virgil van Dijk. I think that's a good move, mate. Yeah, we got about an hour to go. Yeah, well, 50 minutes to go until the Arteta and Silva press conferences. João Pedro Ekitike, depends how long for. I think if it was for the next few weeks until Game Week 32, I'm picking Ekitike. Pretty happy with my Liverpool triple up, you know. Quite happy. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna have an orange. Yes, Jake. It's in the ticker below. Haaland, he's feeling a lot better, and they'll make an assessment after training tomorrow. Yeah, Mr. Dubon. Good to see you, mate. I'm captain Haaland, mate. I think Haaland's the best captain this week. Forest at home. Great fixture. Top scorer in the league. I'm captain in Haaland. I feel like he'll either start or not feature at all. So I think if with Bruno as my vice, it's nice and safe. But I just prefer Haaland. I'm pretty cert on Haaland captain. You know, I have been all week. I've not really moved off it. If you say Newcastle are leaky, they are. But St James's Park is one of those grounds that's just a bit magical. And on their day, they can destroy, keep a clean sheet against anyone. I guess without Bruno Guimaraes, it's a bit tough for them. But yeah, I'm captain Haaland this week. Emi Martinez or Dubravka? I think I'll go Emi Martinez. Yeah, Emi Martinez for me. So that's the in the ticker there. It's just going by now. He feels much better, but yesterday we didn't train, and now we have training today. We'll basically decide after training today whether he plays. I think he'll be fine, mate. I just think he'll be fine. The bloke's a robot. But yeah, if you appreciated the update, enjoying the stream so far, please do leave us a like rating and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate that. Yeah. I don't. Why would people be? Oh, FPL hype. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I was just wondering, what is the for those that aren't going to do it? Why would you not captain Haaland this week? What's putting you off? Mate, this is the game. Monthrel Khatib, if that's how you pronounce it. This is the game, mate. You know, this is FPL. Bench Andersen or Richards? I would bench Richards. Yeah, my thoughts too. It's Jake, isn't it? South Coast runner. My thoughts too, mate. Hi, Tom. Would you pick Hill Or Andersen to start if you have them in your team. I'd pick Elliot Andersen, I think. The O'Reilly update is the same as Haaland. I'm going to put that in the title actually. Ooh. Only be a short time only. I'm not convinced, mate. I think you play the full 90. I think he'll get good minutes. There's no way in my mind that I just don't see Haaland being benched. You know, I think he either starts or doesn't feature at all. If he's benched, on my head be it, but I just don't think that's going to happen. Haaland's not the kind of player you bench. I think you start him or he just doesn't feature at all. Please answer. Maguire 67. I'm holding on, mate. We got a press conference in 45 minutes. We'll know then. I'm not rushing. Yep, Haaland and O'Reilly update. They got training later. See how they are, is what Pep said to both of them. So, not really an update as such. Personally, I think Haaland will play. And I'd be a little bit worried about O'Reilly. Windle Poons, this is not the week to free hit, mate. Depends what you count as a differential, mate. He's 32.2% owned in the game. I don't think he's a differential, really. Sandri, it's very hard to say that's worthwhile without having Rice news. We got to wait for the Arteta press conference. He might tell us something. Would you do to Calvert-Lewin? Yeah, actually, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Start Kelleher or Sanchez? I think I'd start Kelleher. I think. Not having... Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't have a City defender. I think Liverpool are the ones to go for because, you know, Virgil and Canate, they're going to play all the games. There's no one else to play centre-back for Liverpool at the moment. Yeah, I think my captain's confirmed. My logic is, and you can disagree if you want, but my logic is Haaland starts or he doesn't feature at all. So if he doesn't play, he'll just be my vice captain. I don't see the percentage of Haaland being benched in play like 10 minutes, to me, seems really low. I just don't think that's something that would happen. I think he either starts the game or doesn't feature at all. Yeah, Banjo Sandwich, I'm going to keep him. The Arteta press conference is in 40 minutes' time. FPL polls, that in my mind is, you know, when people have got popular players in the game and worried about not having differentials, the combination of players that you have in your team is probably a big differential, I think. Why Bruno Weiss and not Ekitike? Well, I know that Bruno Fernandes is going to play for 90 minutes, no question. And if I'm having a backup to Haaland, I want someone who's playing 90 minutes, taking penalties, doing all that stuff. So that's why I put Bruno as my vice. I think it makes sense. Hold Zubimendi. I'd probably get rid of Zubimendi, really. You want to sell him anyway ahead of Gameweek 31, I would suggest. Yep, in the ticker just below me, Pete. Just below my team. Feels much better. Yesterday they didn't train. They're training today and we'll decide after. Oh, Rebecca, that is tricky. I'm going to help you, Rebecca. Are you ready? Your question is Joachim Andersen versus Enzo Fernandez. I think that's very, very close. So what we're going to do. Enzo Andersen. Ready? Have to do me a super chat. No, I'm joking. I was going to say do me a super chat in return for the all-important spin the wheel. There you go. Joachim Andersen apparently is the one. I probably agree with that, to be fair. I know he's flagged, but again, I think Andersen's in a similar spot to Haaland, where he either starts or doesn't feature at all. Yeah. I don't know FPL polls. I don't know how to do that, I'm afraid. Wheel didn't work when you did that. Yeah, the wheel, you know. The wheel's not perfect. It is just a wheel at the end of the day, you know. It's just a wheel. Start one. Shanyo, you've got to wait 40 minutes or 35 minutes now, or 40, until Arteta has his press conference, in my opinion. It's just impossible to say at this stage. Rodgers or Rice and Hill or Munoz. Wait till the Arteta press conference at 1:30. I would personally put Munoz in over Hill, I think. Semenyo captain, I don't hate it. I just think it's Haaland. Is Haaland, Bruno, or Ekitike are the three for me this week. I would probably drop Dango if I was playing Haaland. Bobby. I forgot. You tell me what you prefer to be called, but it shows me your username as BobbyBoy7. It's Robert, isn't it? But I can't remember if you prefer Robert or not. My rank, 50k. Chasing mini league rivals. Who's ahead with 50 points? Nah. Enjoy captain is, well, I said it in a short, to be fair. Like, it is very differential and punty. I just don't think this is the week to go different. Like, I think you can make up 50 points by... I wouldn't do it. My gut feel is no. It depends also on the chips that they've used. For me, if they've already used their wild card or bench boost, you could probably make the 50 points up in coming weeks. I just know the fixtures, right? You're wild carding your team in Gameweek 32 to set up 15 players with a double in Gameweek 33. Bench boost, so you've got 30 fixtures amongst 15 players in Gameweek 33. And you are just absolutely flying. And then you can free hit in 34 and sort it all out when they blank as well. I think that's the way you play this game. And that will probably, you know, that's worth like 60, 70 points. Well, not quite that much, but it's worth a number of points if you can do that. DCL captain, nah, not for me. Enzo to stack, I don't hate it. By Iwobi over Wilson, you could do. We've got a press conference coming in 35 minutes for Arteta and Marco Silva. I'd say the same for everyone asking me about Fulham and Arsenal players. You've got to wait until 1:30 PM UK time. Banjo Sandwich. I think of those, it's Stack or Dewsbury Hall. Coming back from injury, I just wonder if Tavernier is going to play straight away again on Tuesday. You know, weekend Tuesday is a quick turnaround, recovering from injury. I think Tavernier could get a rest. Sharda to Rice, or the other way around. I certainly wouldn't be buying Rice this week. Sold Haaland to Ekitike. Interesting. Haaland's my captain. I think he plays this week. By the way, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like rating on the stream. We got nearly 400 people watching at the moment, and we're on 68 likes. I reckon if a few more, we could get to 100 likes pretty soon, I reckon. And if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I'm trying to hit 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you can help me get there, hit subscribe, totally free down below. I'd really appreciate it. And also, if you hit subscribe, you can ask me a question in the chat. Rebecca, you must have left the stream. Shocking. Look, we did a spin the wheel and everything for you, and you've gone. It was Joachim Andersen. Would you start DCL over... I'd start him over Rodgers, I think. Yeah, Haaland did get subbed at 45, but I like him. I like him as captain. I'm sticking by it. I wouldn't buy Saka. No, one shot. I just don't like it, mate. I don't think I'd captain Ekitike. If I was captaining someone, it's a penalty taker who's quite likely to play 90 minutes. I just think it's Bruno Fernandes, Haaland for me. Those are the two. Levi, I think there's a way to play it though, and even then, like having your United players on the bench, you don't have to, I guess, have 15 players doubling, but you could have 11 doublers, and then your bench could be absolute top players, right? My chip strategy again. I'm gonna wild card in Game Week 32, so I think I'm probably gonna sell Declan Rice before Game Week 31, but I definitely don't need to. I think I probably will. I really want to get Harry Wilson in, but we're waiting for press conferences in 35 minutes. So I'll probably sell him ahead of Game Week 31. And then you wildcard in Game Week 32 to set your team up for the double that's happening in 33. I'll have a bit more info on that in my video tonight. And then free hit in Game Week 34, because the teams that double in 33 will blank in 34. And then that's all my chips used. I've already used my triple captain, unfortunately. I played it on Gabriel. Awful. But, yeah. Rice and Wilson, it all says at the bottom, mate. Arteta and Silva are speaking in 35 minutes' time. And as for Haaland, he feels much better, according to Pep. But they didn't train yesterday. They're trained today, and he'll decide after training. Thing is, FPL polls, I know it's becoming really template, but you tell me another chip strategy that makes sense. You know, it might be template, but I think it's the best way to do it. The way you beat the template is by picking differential players using that chip strategy, I think. And also, I think you'd be surprised how many managers have already used some of their chips to the point where you'll be differential by doing it. Best midfielder other than Wilson. It's one of the... I'd probably say Sharda, something like that. Yeah, Szoboszlai is pretty good. Yeah, I don't mind Szoboszlai. Yeah, I don't hate him. He'll have set piece share, probably play in midfield. Not bad at all. Jamie, for me, it's try and save up your free transfers, I reckon, and try and make your team as good as possible for Game Week 33 in the double. I'm going to bench boost in Game Week 33, Camille. Sure, there is funds for all that. You could have, double Arsenal defence. In terms of your Chelsea assets, you can have someone like João Pedro. Liverpool, you've got the likes of Szoboszlai, Van Dijk, Konate. Of course you can. I don't see why you couldn't. Man City, the best three Man City players are Haaland, Semenyo and O'Reilly. Like, that's not expensive. I don't think it breaks the bank at all. I think it's very much possible. You know, these premium midfielders and players in the game, it's just not worth it. And all of those teams have reasonably priced assets that you can pick. I wouldn't touch the Arsenal attack at all. I think Declan Rice, Gabriel, and then another defender, maybe even David Raya in your team makes sense. Just, yeah. I wouldn't have Oscar Bob. Not done enough for me. Haaland, he'll train today and they'll decide after training today, is what Pep said. So, and it's the same for O'Reilly. Yeah, I don't mind. Verts to Semenyo is interesting because Semenyo blanks in Game Week 31. So by doing that, you're buying a player that Verts is probably back for the next game week, and then Semenyo is out for Game Week 31. So yeah, I don't know FPL polls, to be honest. It's just teams that reach the FA Cup semi-final and their opponents basically will double in 33 and probably blank in 34. I don't like Gakpo. I think that bench is alright. I just would worry about Mukiele, but Mane and Van Heck should play, shouldn't they? Who would you captain if you don't have Haaland? I'd probably go Bruno Fernandes. Depends who you have instead of Haaland, though. I mean, if you don't have Haaland, you have, like, Salah. Could I really recommend someone captain Salah? Probably not, to be fair. By the way, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like rating on the stream and subscribe. Emir, if you don't have Bruno Fernandes or Haaland, you're in trouble, I think. Leave a like rating on the stream. Let's see if we can hit 150 likes. And if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe as well. Trying to hit 25,000 subscribers by the end of the season. We're getting there. But I'd be very grateful if you can help me do so. All of it's totally free. You can obviously do it down below. Rodgers or Dewsbury Hall? Dewsbury Hall for me. I think there's not much to separate the two of them normally, actually. And yeah, Dewsbury Hall's got Burnley at home. I'd start him. Verts to Semenyo and bench Rodgers, or I'd probably just start Rodgers. The thought of bringing in Semenyo, mate, when he blanks in 2 game weeks' time does not make sense. You just have one transfer, mate. FPL polls. Is having Mukiele, Van Heck and Mane on the bench... I've already answered that. How can you... Bro, you've been in the chat the whole time. I've answered the question and you ask it again. Are you, like, watching the stream and not listening? You think Akitike outscores Bruno again? We'll see. And should you sell Enzo? Well, he's playing at the moment. He'll play. He got subbed because of his yellow card, I saw Rossini say. It just depends who you'd sell him for. Who'd you prefer between Sharda and Szoboszlai? I'll leave it up to the chat. If you had to choose, chat, between Sharda and Szoboszlai, who would you pick? Haaland latest, didn't train yesterday, training today, they'll decide after training. That's the update. And it's the same for O'Reilly. Steve Lyons, you've got to wait for another 27 minutes until the Mikel Arteta and Marco Silva press conferences, and then we will know, hopefully, a little bit more about Wilson and Rice. I was just changing my watch. My watch has got a little date in it, and I hadn't changed it. It was still saying that it was saying the 31st, but obviously February has 28 days. Anyway, Enzo to Wilson if fit. I don't mind it, but yeah, I'd just wait. If I was Silver, I wouldn't risk Wilson. Not sure. I'd probably say Enzo Fernandez over Lefebvre. Mate, I'd wait. The answer to your question, Marco, is wait until 1:30 PM UK time and we'll get a press conference. I quite like Iwobi, you know, Alex. What's your gut feeling on Haaland? I think he starts. He's my captain. I'm starting Haaland and I'm captaining him. I think Haaland either starts the game or he doesn't feature at all. That's my personal view. I just don't really see... My pleasure, Kieran. I'm glad you did well. Personally, I just don't see a world where Haaland's benched. I mean, now we got questions about gasoline prices now. What do we reckon, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, this is my distraction. FPL is my distraction from all of that, mate. I'm afraid I don't have an answer for you. One thing I did do, though, is fill up my car on Saturday evening. So there you go. Before any prices went up, I put a full tank of petrol in my car. Please, can you explain why No. No, I can't explain. Who would you captain? Mate, look at my team. I'm captain Haaland, mate. I think he either starts, or if he doesn't start, he doesn't feature at all. Which makes me think, you just captain him and have Bruno Weiss. Like, If you could tell me right now, both players were definitely starting, who would you play? Who would you captain? I think a lot of people would captain Haaland, to be honest with you. The thing is with Elliot Andersen, mate, if you put him on your bench, he will score 4 or 5 points every week sitting on your bench. But I would look to start him most weeks. The only problem is, I think it probably makes sense for me to bench him this week with all the other players that I've got. Well, Joseph Robinson, I don't think Pep is actually covering up the truth. Like, I think it's fair enough. He's not doing it on purpose. I think it's fair enough to say if they've got training today, they'll make an assessment on how fit Haaland is after he's done a training session. I don't think there's anything... I don't think he's lying about that, right? I think that's fair enough. I personally wouldn't... I don't see Pep has done anything wrong there. It's annoying from a selfish perspective as an FPL manager, but why would you commit to starting a player or not before they've trained? It just doesn't make sense. I think Pep's well within his rights to say that. Personally, that's just my view, but I don't see a problem with that, really. Surely the best measure to know if a player is fit is for them to take part in a training session where they prepare for a game, isn't it? And usually, I have a feeling that Pep usually doesn't decide his lineup until very close to the games, to be honest. Yeah, I don't mind Iwobi. Yeah. God, I could do Rice to Iwobi. It's not worth it, though, with the bench I've got, is it? But could you imagine I could do Rice to Iwobi? Elliot Andersen versus Man City or Goodmanson versus Sunderland? Elliot Andersen for me. Start O'Reilly or Andersen? I'd start O'Reilly, I think. Man City beat Leeds away without Haaland, which is easier than Forest at home. What? How have you come to the conclusion that Leeds away is a better fixture than Nottingham Forest at home? I don't agree with that at all. I think Ellen Road is a horrible place to go. I firmly believe that Forest at home is a better fixture than Leeds away. Firmly. Like, I'm not 95% sure it's a better fixture. No, I wouldn't bring in Eki. I'd keep Haaland, mate. I wouldn't do Haaland to Eki TK. I don't think it's worth it. Especially if you've got some form of bench, anyway. I've got Haaland, Rice, O'Reilly, Wilson, Andersen. Oh my god. Yeah, you could do. I would just wait till 1:30 though, mate. We got 20 minutes until both Arteta and Silva are due to speak. I'd just wait till then. If you're talking about Haaland harmony, by the way, it's good to see you. Hope you're keeping well. Let us know what the latest is with you. It's good to catch up. Yeah, I'd agree. I'm not even sure Haaland was actually injured personally. I'm not even sure he was injured. Semenyo or Haaland? Haaland. Could you bring up a fixture ticker? Why? Can you not do? You could do that, can't you? Got 454 people watching, mate. I can't just bring up a fixture ticker for you. 453 other people have to look at that. Have a look, pal. Crack it out on the FPL app. He wasn't, though. I didn't watch them all, but I did watch the Sidemen video. KSI suggested that he got injured in the video. That didn't happen. Haaland didn't even kick a ball in the videos. He was just sat down, stood around watching. He just partook. He didn't he didn't actually play any football. Start Timber or O'Reilly? I'd start O'Reilly. O'Reilly feels like another one that will either start or not feature at all, to be honest with you. I would worry about Timber's minutes in this game. I do think Timber could be rotated in this game. Watkins to who? Thiago, Eki TK. Those would be the two. Rice to Dewsbury Hall or Goo. I'd wait until 1:30 UK time, mate. Wait. Anything on Rice, you've got to wait 20 minutes and then we get an update from Arteta. Is Wilson and Rice actually hurt or what? We'll find out at 1:30 p.m. UK time. I can't believe how many times I'm going to have to say this. I'm going to have to repeat that to everyone, aren't I? Mike M, I've got a good friend Ben who's in Dubai at the moment, mate. I'm glad you're safe and typing though. I'd actually advise Semenyo, you know. But yeah, I hope you're keeping safe and well in Dubai. I'm sure you are. It looks pretty safe over there, even though what's happening is happening. Emit's not a player, I'm afraid, wing casher, so I can't answer that. Is Rice to Wilson a good idea? I've no idea, mate. We'll find out at 1:30. We got to wait for the press conferences. Press conferences are at 1:30 p.m. UK time, so in 20 minutes' time. Enjoy captain is very differential, very differential. Yeah, what time is the right? Does anyone know when the Declan Rice in Fulham press? Does anyone know when the Marco Silva and Arteta press conferences are? Someone have to let me know in the chat. What time are they today, guys? I've forgotten. Haaland and O'Reilly update is they didn't train yesterday. Oh, sorry, Man City didn't train yesterday. They trained today. Guardiola will make a call on both players after training. So no real update as such. For having to say it about 10 times, if you could please leave a like rating on the stream and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel, I for one would really appreciate that. So let's see if we can do. We got nearly 500 people watching the stream. Let's see if we can do 200 likes and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, who would you sub out of Rodgers, Rice, or Hill? What does that mean, Mike M? Does that mean who you would put on the bench? I think for me, you have to wait. You have to wait until 1:30 p.m. when Marco Silva comes out for his press conference to decide on what to do, and Arteta to decide what to do with Wilson and Rice. Oh no, I'm such a terrible influencer, mate. I don't even know when the press conferences are. Do I take off Mbumo? Nah. I don't think West Ham at home is that good of a fixture. I don't know how you feel, but I don't think Fulham are that good of a defence. They're nice on the eye, but I think they concede to West Ham. I wouldn't do that. I'd start Mbumo. The only thing is with Mbumo, actually, would you be hugely surprised if Mbumo was on the bench? Think more people would subscribe if you explain it's free. Surely that goes without saying on YouTube that subscribing is free. It is free. Please do subscribe. Oh, what's happening at 1:30? Oh, well. The two most important men in Britain are talking at 1:30 p.m. That's Marco Silva and Mikel Arteta. I agree with that, Daniel. I think West Ham score, Fulham win. I agree. Oh, 500 people watching. Everyone wants to know what's going on. We're all counting down. 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes to go until Arteta and Silva talk in their press conference, guys. 15 minutes to go. Imagine calling Mikel Arteta a bald fraud. Yeah, forget, I was going to say something controversial. I'm not. I mean, the most important thing going on in the world right now is the countdown to Mikel Arteta and Marco Silva's press conference. There's nothing else going on in the world that it pales in comparison to that, doesn't it? Any Haaland update? No, mate. I'm only joking. They didn't train yesterday. They're training today. This is Man City as a whole, not just those two players. And Pep's going to make a call after training. How long is Wirtz out for? I think Slot said he wouldn't be ready today, but he might be ready for game week 30. Good to see you from Singapore, mate. Who to buy first, Ekitike or Thiago? Ooh. That is a good one. What do you reckon, chat? If you could buy one, who out of Ekitike or Thiago would you buy? What do we reckon? I'm not actually an expert on this. What is the best way to find out live updates from press conferences? What's the best source of that? What is the best source? Because I will, I'll endeavour to find it. I think it must be the live reporting ticker, right, on BBC Sport. I agree on Thiago because he plays 90 minutes every game and takes penalties. Wait, are you saying that Wolves away is more difficult than Bournemouth away? I'm not convinced by that. I think Ekitike has the better fixture, but Thiago has the benefit of penalties, has obviously scored more goals this season, and he's just he's a 90-minute man, isn't he, Thiago? He's a 90-minute boy. Best under 5 million defender. If he's fit, I'm going to say Joachim Andersen. But we're going to find out at 130 if he's fit. I'm not massive on Semenyo. Semenyo captain's viable. People have asked me. It's definitely viable. Best sources right here. But I'd personally go Bruno over Semenyo, I think. Wolves away is tougher. I'm not sure. YouTube and ears. Is that my ears? I've got some sticky out ears, to be fair. Bloody 557. I think this is the most views I've ever had on a live stream. So thank you everyone that has tuned in. If you're enjoying it so far, and like me, you're eagerly awaiting the most important bit of the day, 1:30 PM, Mikel Arteta, Marco Silva press conferences. Please do leave a like rating on the stream and subscribe to the Goal and Gold channel if you haven't already. I'm grateful for you all being here. Thank you very much. Ekitike should haul game... Oh, mate, I don't know. I have a feeling Rodgers will haul it well. Play him then, mate. Still, Haaland captain seems risky because even if he plays, don't think he's going to play much minutes. I just don't see a world in which Haaland doesn't get good minutes. Like, call me an idiot if you don't agree. That's totally fine. It's my opinion. It's a game of opinions, right? But I think Haaland either starts or he doesn't feature at all. That's my personal opinion on Haaland. He either starts or he just doesn't feature at all. I don't really see a world in which he comes off the bench. I'm not sure that's going to happen. It's my opinion, my view. But yeah. Michael, press conference at 1:30 PM, mate. That's an interesting way of putting it, Harmony. Hope you're keeping well, by the way. I said that before. You must have left the stream. But yeah, let us know how you're getting on. Hope everything's all good with you. I don't know if you got me on Instagram or X, but shoot us a message. Let's catch up. Ooh. Strand Larson against is fine, yeah. I think Mateta's out, isn't he? I'd never wish for a player to be injured. I might, to be honest, if we get confirmation that Harry Wilson is fit, I'd be very tempted to sell Rice for him this week. Very tempted. Even if Rice is confirmed fit, I'm tempted. Dango and Sharda will both have double-digit hauls. Let's see. How much are you gonna bet on that, Biscotti? Maxim Surfer, I'm doing very well, mate. Start one of Hill, Richards, Alderete. I'd start Hill. I own Charlotte and Dango, but don't want this to affect my decision. I'd pick Hill, mate. Any updates on Wilson? You've got 10 minutes to go until the press conference. All went well. I'm pleased to hear that, Harmony. I'm pleased to hear that. Good for you. Yep, O'Reilly's news is the same as Haaland, unfortunately, mate. He didn't... Well, Man City as a whole didn't train yesterday. They trained today. And Pep Guardiola is going to make a decision. So we don't know, basically, about O'Reilly. I think O'Reilly's probably 50-50, really. I'm looking forward to owning... Come on, Njai. Please, mate. We need Njai to do something. Finally, I need my what am I looking for? What word am I looking for to describe it? I need my justification for picking in Jai. I'm just gonna jump off camera just to put my Invisalign back in because I've had my coffee now. There we go. My voice might change a little bit now, but I had to put my Invisalign back in. Are you going to live stream the press conference? I don't think there's a way of doing that, mate. And also, I think I would get copyright struck. I was trying to catch up with Harmony, the cart man. She's been watching me since day one, mate. But we caught up on the chat, so it's all good. Just a way of messaging, isn't it? I don't know. Wilson injury news will, yeah, like I said, I wouldn't wish for a player to be injured. You missed the Haaland update. It's not really much of an update. It was just saying that they didn't train. Man City squad didn't train yesterday. They've got training today, and Pep's going to decide after then. So not really much of an update. Will Sunderland versus Leeds produce some attacking returns? Yeah, I do. I think there'll be goals in that game. Best 5 ex-mid, I think Elliot Andersen, mate. Don't overthink it. Elliot Andersen is the boy. The news about O'Reilly is exactly the same as Haaland. Well, Jabba the Hutt, I'd be a little bit worried about that because the fixture, I don't know exactly how the scheduling will happen, but if we advance in the FA Cup, because we got Port Vale in the FA Cup tonight, that would move our fixture against Coventry, and we'd end up playing Sunderland at the weekend instead. So I'd be a little bit worried about that. You certainly do, Harmony. People are wondering, what are we talking about? Imagine asking how a friend is doing, eh? What crime that is. I've took a -4 for Haaland to Eki TK and Rice to Salah as your captain. No, I don't think you made the right move. Personally, sorry. Start Elliot Andersen, Chalobah or DCL. I'd probably start DCL. Elliot Andersen first on bench. How's Tricks? I'm good, mate. Bench 1, Munoz, Van Dijk, João Pedro, and Mbumo. Bloody hell. We've got 6 minutes until the press conference. I'm going to do a spin the wheel for you then. Like and subscribe for the spin the wheel. Whoever it lands on is the player that you have to bench, by the way. You ready? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is world-leading FPL advice. Oh, I'm not sure I'd bench Van Dijk. But that's what it's telling you to do. So, my gut feel of that lot would be João Pedro, to be honest with you. Although you'll probably come to regret that. Would you come to an FPL party in Lithuania? It all depends on how it would link to my schedule. Missed my comment 3 times. Well, sorry, mate. There's 562 people in the stream, mate. It's bloody hard to read out every comment. Everyone's asking me what time the press conference is. I've said that about 20 times. Bench 2, Mbumo, Wilson, Haaland, O'Reilly. So, while I would bench... Mate, you can't answer that question until we get news on the press conference at 1:30, mate. I am not a full-time YouTuber. The cart man wants to know who I'm trying to catch up with. Will O'Reilly play? I don't know. No one knows, mate. No one knows. No, I don't do this full-time. So basically, my schedule is work full-time and then block out any other slot for FPL content. So I don't really do a whole lot other than work in FPL at the moment. What time is the 1:30 PM press conference? Well, Cortex, if you want to keep an eye on the chat, you can have a laugh at how many people are telling me to repeat what time the Arteta and Silva press conference is and what Pepper's had to say about Haaland and O'Reilly. I'm going to put it in the chat. See if that helps. Same for O'Reilly. Arteta and Silva. Due to speak. 1:30 p.m. UK time. Let's put that in the chat and then I'm going to pin it. People are still going to ask, aren't they? If it's a girl, leave her alone, cringe. Okay, mate. Sorry, Harmony. I'm not allowed to ask how you're doing because it's cringe. Sorry about that. Sorry. Not allowed to ask you how you're doing. I'm top 700 right now, and I have Erling captain and Semenyo vice. Is that right? Play even when trying to conserve rank. I think it's fine. I'm captain in Haaland. I'm not trying to be differential. I just think Haaland's the best captain. Yeah, if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like rating and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I very much appreciate that. Closing in on 200 likes. We've got nearly 550 people watching at the moment, which is mad. So thank you, everyone. And I'd really appreciate it if you haven't already, if you could subscribe. Trying to hit, like Top 10 Travel says in the chat, I'm trying to hit 25,000 by the end of the season. It's obviously getting close to both the end of the season and me hitting 25k. So if you can help me get there, hit subscribe. It's obviously totally free. I'd really appreciate it. Jake, good to see you, mate. Oh, everything's going well with me. I do love Newcastle at St James's Park. 97 points. It's huge, mate. I just think St James's Park is... Newcastle can always like scrape a result. But the only thing is, with no Bruno Guimaraes, I would be worried about Newcastle. Federico. 2 minutes and we've got a press conference, mate. Well, Harmony, you know, am I cringe for asking how you're doing? That is the question, you know. Apparently, I'm not allowed to have a conversation with you because it's cringe. Going to be a long game week. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself Saturday morning, folks. I mean, what do you do yourself? What do you do with yourself on a Saturday morning when there's no FPL deadline? What am I going to do? I'm going to have to go outside. Can't believe it. I keep cash. New subscriber here. Thank you very much. Yeah, Lazyish. I mean, check my team out. We are keeping hold and we are captaining. Thoughts on Evan Hilton? I think he could be benched this week. Golden cringe fan. That's me, mate. That is me. Call me cringe. Call me what you want. Thiago to Ekitike or Haaland to none of them. I think you just go without Ekitike, to be honest with you. Would you sell Rice and Mbumo? Well, in 1 minute's time, we're going to have a press conference with a bit of luck. I'm waiting for it to appear. We'll find out. Josh, up the city. Good luck today, mate. Off to Port Vale. I hope the pitch is improved. Yeah, the last time Rice was flagged, I bloody sold him and he scored. Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. What site are you looking at? This is BBC Sport, mate. I'm hoping this is a live text feed. And they've got 5 people writing updates on it. They were very, very much live on the... Josh is on the podcast. Love that, mate. They were very up to date with news from the Pep press conference. So we're hoping they do the same with Arteta and Marco Silva. I'm going to have Twitter on another screen as well. We're waiting, ladies and gentlemen. We're waiting for the news. And look, this is, so just a bit of data for you. This is the projected goals data for the top players for projected goals according to Solio. Haaland is top by a gargantuan distance. True. Sorry, whenever someone types Gooner, I can't take it seriously anymore. What do we reckon, guys? Is there too much reliance on set pieces in the Premier League? Is that Ben McCrum? Mate, what rank are you at the moment? You're like in the top 100, aren't you? I don't mind it, Wobie. I mean, if you've been watching the stream, you would know that the Marco Silva press conference is due anytime soon. What do we reckon on set pieces? Is it ruining football? I'm looking at this because I'm waiting for the feed to update with the latest quote from Arteta, by the way. Yeah, I agree. It's ruining football. Game's gone, mate. BBC Sport. I guess it would be the best source of updates from press conferences because they've got 5 people writing live updates on it right now. So, please give me quotes. I need to know. You know, I've got Rice. I need to know what to do with Declan Rice. The only thing to say about, by the way, about Newcastle is the update on about Bruno Fernandes, captain, is the update we've had on Newcastle. Baltimore's ill. They just seem to have injury problems to Newcastle, so they're definitely weakened, I would say. Still waiting for a bloody quote, though. Oh no, the latest update's about set pieces. We're waiting, right? We're waiting for an Arteta and Silva press conference, right? It's probably the biggest news of the day for anyone. And BBC Sport are talking about set pieces ruining football. Shocking. Has anyone got a better source of live press conference updates than the BBC Sport website? If you do, let me know. FPL page, what's that? Is it? FPL page. Where can I find that? If you send me a link, mate, I'll have a look. I agree. I had a vision at the start of the season. Well, as Arsenal were nabbing the goals from the set pieces, I was like, football is going to become a stop-start as American football if something doesn't happen about set pieces. You can just see it happening. The FPL page for your team, really? I've never actually used it for news. Gunnosaurus. Everyone's talking about Gunnosaurus. What, is he going to play in midfield alongside Declan Rice, is he? Sorry, guys. I'm scrambling around looking for press conference updates. Not seen anything yet. Thing for me is oh yeah, that's me. The team badge is me. I'm a swimmer. Can you not tell? That's me. That's me, mate. Sky Sports website. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's me. Let's have a look. Football news. Sure, there's a live text feed somewhere. I don't see a live text feed. The only live text feed I see is BBC Sport. Well, we've got 650 people watching at the moment. Christ alive, Cartman. Fair enough, mate. Can't do it. I can't do anything without being judged now, can I? Not saying that I'm going to do that, by the way. That's probably not, definitely not going to happen. The 1:30 p.m. talk was a lie. I'm not lying, mate. Their press conference is at 1:30. We just haven't had the update from it yet. Here we go. No, still not waiting. We're still waiting for an update. We didn't lie about the press conference. We're just waiting for news. Yeah, if you haven't already, 650 of us. I'm waiting for it. I haven't seen any updates yet for the Arteta and Marco Silva press conferences. I'm desperate. I need to know. But if you haven't already, I would appreciate if you could leave a like rating. So you were talking about the FPL website. Where is this news then? You're saying it was on the latest tab. Where's that? Where is that? I don't see it. Press injury on the FPL page, center top. Injury. Oh, what? Where does it say injury? Bro. Not FPL website. Oh, thank you. Someone actually tells me the Premier League website. Oh, there we go. Oh, hang on. We got to log in. Bear with. I'm just logging in. Someone's finally told me the correct website to go on. Right, we go. This is it. This is so much better. See if BBC have put anything in there. Oh, someone's typing. Look, I bet it's the Brighton update. Okay. Oh, Chris Sutton. We don't care, mate. I want to know if Declan Rice and Harry Wilson are fit. That's what I want to know. Yeah, Evan Nilsson is a doubt. Kelleher will be back against Bournemouth. It's all going on. The Arsenal manager is a little bit late. Oh, there we go then. Oh, I'm a clickbait tosser apparently. Even though there has been a Haaland and O'Reilly update, I'm a clickbait tosser. Fair enough. Yeah, Evan Nilsson dead leg. That is true. Francesco, good to see you, mate. We're waiting. I'm sat on this website waiting for a quote on Rice or Wilson. We're just waiting, patiently waiting for an update. What's the buzz? So, Haaland is apparently feeling much better. Man City didn't train yesterday, but they are training today, and Pep Guardiola will make a decision on whether he plays today. I feel like the streamer only reads your comment if you are a woman. Okay. Do you think Haaland starts? Yeah, I do. I've got Haaland in my team and he's my captain. Haaland is in my team and my captain, by the way. So that's my play. Yeah, literally. I mean, Francesco is a dog. Well, there you go. Wilson is starting. Yeah, I don't believe you. All you've been doing is giving me stick all string cart, man. Why should I believe you? Although, on Harry Wilson, apparently Villa are going to sign him in the summer because he's a free agent. We've got 700 people watching. Bloody hell. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you haven't already, please do leave a like rating and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I would really appreciate it if you could do that. Let's see if we can get to 300 likes. And, yeah. Silva speaking on Sky Sports. Unfortunately, I can't watch it because I will get copyright struck. Let me know what he says if anyone's watching it. Put it in the chat. Someone said Wilson is starting, so maybe he's right. I can't get Sky Sports News up, I'm afraid. I'll get done for copyright. Oh, I think we got an update on Wilson, by the way. Everything went well for Kevin, but difficult to say the time frame for his return. The last decisions on some players will be made tomorrow. Brilliant. Well, that's some update, isn't it? Oh, God. Cheers. Cheers, Marco. We'll have that. Still haven't got an update there. Cheers, Marco. What a great update that is. What a fantastic update that is. Bro, I'll take the tosser comment. I've been called far worse, mate. Need the mods to do their bit, you know. We got some mods in the chat. If you take exception to me being called a tosser, you know what to do. Why am I getting... I don't care about Brighton updates. Who cares? I don't care. You think Haaland's playing full 90? Probably not, but I still think he's the best captain. Give me 75 minutes of Haaland and I'll be happy. There's my team. I prefer Virgil van Dijk to Szoboszlai, I've got to say. I think Virgil van Dijk's probably the best defender in the game for the next couple of weeks. Or few weeks. Clickbait also looks like Harry Potter. Cheers, mate. Actually, that's sort of a rhyming. You can start a song about that one if you want. What's your total points? Let's have a look. Do you like my badge, by the way? There's me. 1,651, 197k overall. Strand Larsen's alright. I just think the three forwards I've got, I just don't know why you'd have Strand Larsen over any of them, really. I'll be honest with you. Oh, Jamie Fancy PL. Sorry I missed your message. Jack Kelly on X. Yeah, we've just found it. I appreciate that though, mate. So we got nothing, basically. Well, I'm going to add to the title and become even more clickbait, if that's all right. Haaland, O'Reilly. Because we've got a Haaland, O'Reilly, Wilson, and Andersen update now, technically, haven't we? Haaland / O'Reilly / Wilson / Andersen. There we go. Oh no. There we go. Oh, YouTube has frozen for me. There we go, we're back. Sorry, it's quite hard to keep up with the chat. I'm scrabbling around looking for updates. I think the most valuable thing I can do is try and get a Declan Rice update now, isn't it, for you ladies and gents? Let's have a look for a Declan Rice update. I'm just updating my ticker. Let's see how that does. Oh. Rice needs a few days to simmer, does he? Oh no, that's not worked, has it? There's too much text there. I'm trying to fit it all in on one line. I'm gonna shorten yesterday. Hopefully that will fit. No. Right, hopefully that fits. Right. Let's go golden goal FPL. Love it, mate. My plans, I'm not going to do anything. I think Haaland's going to be my captain. I believe he'll start. If he doesn't start, he doesn't play. So I'm captaining him. We're just waiting for a Declan Rice update now. The last decisions will be made on, I guess, Harry Wilson and Joachim Andersen tomorrow. So literally not really an update, unfortunately, from Marco Silva. I'd probably play Calvert-Lewin. I play both of them, Gabriel, to be honest. I'm tempted to do Rice to Wilson. I think we need to see what the update on Declan Rice is before you do that. Yeah, this is it, basically. This is it. This is the summary of the news so far. To round up, Haaland, training, let's wait and see. O'Reilly, training, let's wait and see. Harry Wilson, we'll see after training. Joachim Andersen, we'll see after training. That's the latest, ladies and gents. Okay, I can't help it. I can't help the managers not giving any information away. We've had one of the 1:30 press conferences, mate. BBC Sport live feed's been rubbish, hasn't it? We're not using that. Come on, I need some Declan Rice news, guys. Give me some Declan Rice news, please. Will training be available? Hopefully. Is Timber a sell? If so, who do I get? If you've got those players, you don't need to sell them yet. Hard to believe that Andersen won't be ready. Well, yeah, I think it. the thing is, it's annoying to get as an update, but I don't think these managers are lying, right? If a player got substituted because he was injured and the turnaround for games is so quick, and if a player was ill and the turnaround for games is so quick, you're probably going to let them train, see how they get on before deciding on whether you play them or not. Like, I know it's annoying, but I don't think these managers are being deliberately annoying. You know, it's what I'd do if I was a manager. I'd let the player train and see how they feel. I mean, I think it's fair enough. It's annoying, don't get me wrong, but what more can you do? Like, I think they're giving us the information that they have. The only thing is, if Pep is being truthful about Haaland obviously having the injury, or whether he was just rested. But I think there's a genuine theory that he could have just been rested, you know. Saying I cooked rice for lunch today as well, mate. Team news on Twitter. No, we're not. We don't do team reviews on Twitter anymore. Once we get the press conferences out of the way, I'll do some team reviews through the cartel. But I'll talk about the cartel if we get a Rice update. We're still waiting on a Rice update. I've not seen anything on Rice yet. Bald and goal. Am I bald? I don't think I'm bald. Who should I bench? Rice and Wilson. Should I bench Rice and Wilson for João Pedro and Tarkowski? You got to wait, mate. We might get an update on Declan Rice any minute. Arteta, shock, was late for his press conference, so we're waiting. We're waiting. Why not play Andersen over Konate? Mate, he's flagged. It is true on the managers being obtuse, but I think they're well within, you know, I think it's logical with a quick turnaround to wait until training before deciding. So you got to pay now, yes. It is a paid thing, mate. It is a paid service. You don't have to join. Of course you don't have to join. Start Dubravka or Pope. Oh, mate. After he's just been rubbish, hasn't he, Pope? Do you think Pope plays this week? Do you think there's a chance that Ramsdale could start? My wild card went great, and now I'm cooked. I'm sorry to hear that. What is the news on Wilson? We'll see after training, is the news. Roman G, he said literally the same on O'Reilly as with regards to Haaland, mate. Both the O'Reilly and Haaland updates are the same. Why Haaland captain? I think he's the best captain this week, mate. You not have my card details, mate. Enzo fine to hold this game week? Yeah, I think he could do worse. I don't think he's amazing, but he's not awful. You know what? I've got a feeling that Krupi actually plays this week, you know. With Evan Nilsson having his dead leg, I've got a good feeling that Krupi Jr. plays this week. Play Vandenberg or take a -4 for Ekiti Clay plus Verts, a Verts replacement like Njai. Oh, mate. Wilson, I don't see why you take a hit, to be honest. I don't see why you take a hit. Shaw and Maguire didn't feel well, hoping they're available. Fair enough. I think some people might have Maguire in their team, to be fair. Those updates are so painful, aren't they? Who are you starting out of O'Reilly and Andersen? I don't know what your team looks like. I think there's a world where you can, excuse me, where you can start both of them. I didn't answer it, Levi. I don't know. What do we think on Dubravka versus Pope, chat? I consider starting both of them, you know, unique Kiwi if you can. Depends who else you got in your team. In the ticker, mate, and the pin message is an update on Haaland. It feels much better. Yesterday, Man City didn't have training. They've got training today, and they'll decide after training. That's the update. That is the update. Do you think it's worthy to sell Chalobah to Andersen / Hill? No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. Yeah, where's this geezer? Why's Arteta got to be late, eh? Still waiting for Arteta's press conference, mate. Still waiting. I'm going to do a tweet about Haaland in a sec. This is my view on Haaland, by the way. Oh, that's so blurry. Why is it so blurry? There we go. Fox says Rodon is fit. That is what we like to hear, mate. Right, let's go back. There we are. Right. Still waiting for updates, I'm afraid, guys. We need an Arteta press conference. That's what we need. He was late. He's meant to be on at 1:30 and he's late. Anyone got his number? Phone him up. He's late for the meeting, guys. It's outrageous. I'm going to message him on Teams and let him know he's late. Sorry, someone's horn is going off outside my window at the moment. Sorry if you could hear that. Message him on Bebo. Cheers, mate. I went for MSN myself. It's crazy how big of a dopamine, but well, I'm glad to boost your dopamine, mate. Wilson they'll train, and Marco Silva will make a call after training, mate. I'd put Elliot Andersen first on bench, mate. I just know a bit late and say, we will see. Good evening. Yep. He's just going to say, yeah, we will see. Arteta in the next couple of minutes. All right, mate. Cheers. If you're watching it, put it in the chat if he gives an update. I can't watch it because I'll get done for copyright. So, yeah. If you beat me to it, if you're watching it and he says something, let me know. I guess I wasted a transfer to bring in... We don't know yet. I wouldn't have made the transfer before the press conference. It got moved to 2 p.m. Okay. Wonder why it was late. I've lost my patience with Rodgers. Wait until the press conference, mate. Just wait. Wait until this Arsenal press conference is done. Well, I don't have Sky Go, mate. I guess I could watch it, couldn't I? But I want to pay full attention to the stream. You know, be rude not to pay full attention to the stream. No, because Raya blanks in Gameweek 31. I just wouldn't do it. Also, I don't think there are enough points in goalkeepers to justify chopping and changing them, really. I don't think it's worth it, especially not for Raya, who doesn't have a fixture in Gameweek 31. I don't think it's worth it, mate. Excuse me. Bloody annoying that we don't have an update on Harry Wilson. I was hoping to get rid of Rice for him, but I don't think we got the information to do that yet. Maybe they pushed Arteta. Is he late? Is he late for the 2 p.m. rearranged press conference? Is he? Shocking. All these bloody journalists waiting for Arteta, eh? Wasting our time. Wasting our time. Fuming, mate. Play Senesi versus Brentford or Rodon versus Sunderland. I think someone told me Daniel Fark said that Rodon was fit, but I haven't seen that. Play Senesi? Yeah, I don't know. Should I start Senesi or Hill? Probably say Hill. Thoughts on Kelleher? Yeah, his missus had a baby. He'll be fine this week. It's already been said that he'll be back. Had some problems with his hamstring at the beginning. It wasn't clear whether it was camp. We've assessed him, also scanned him. Seems likely he'll be okay. Cheers, Krish. That's really useful on Rodon. Water bottle. Oh, mate. Andersen to hit, that's a nightmare. Verts to Salah and no. Am I crazy? Yeah. If that's your logic, mate, I think it's fine. That's my logic for captaining Haaland. I think he either starts or doesn't feature at all. I certainly think it's more likely that both Haaland and O'Reilly start or not feature at all than come off the bench. They don't, with how good they've both been, especially O'Reilly for City and Key this season, I think if he's fit, he starts the game. I think it's unlikely that they come off the bench. Unlikely that they come off the bench. Let's see if we've got a Rice update. Still nothing on Rice yet. Who are you talking about there, Harmony? Whom to play? Petrovic versus Henderson. Ooh. I'd actually play Dean Henderson, you know. Go on. Pope or Dubravka? Yeah, what does the chat think on Pope versus Dubravka? Semenyo in for Rice, mate. Pep, got ya. Yeah, it's horrible, the kind of spitting stuff he does. I don't like it. We don't know, mate. The Rice update is coming, hopefully in the next 10 minutes or so. All right? Much like you, I want to get on with my afternoon as well. But I can't because we're waiting. We're waiting for the Declan Rice update. We don't have it yet. Every single source of information I've got open. I am monitoring the situation. Don't worry about that. But I haven't seen anything yet. I do wonder if we go for a Iwobi instead of Rice if Rice is confirmed out. Don't think I can do that though. I'd captain Bruno. I started vacuuming. Fair enough. Brentford versus Bournemouth. I think both teams score. I think it could be 2-2, something like that. I'm going to get even more arrogant, Kieran, clearly. What are you telling? I got nothing, mate. Updates are all in the ticker. We're waiting on the Arteta press conference. Yeah, Damsgaard, I agree. More from Silver. Joachim Andersen will be back 100%. Oh, come on. We love that. That's some news that we like to see. I think. Well, it doesn't really make much of a difference for me, but Joachim Andersen is 100%. 100% to play. That's some good stuff. I'm sure that will get tweeted soon. That's what we like. Marco Silva, the GOAT. Come on, we got to be happy with that. 100% to play. That is an update. That is an official update right there. Come on. I'm still not going to use him though, but it's an update. Haaland not training doesn't sound great, mate. You must be new here, Kosh. You must be new here. Fulham's next fixtures, they are very, very good. They are very, very good. Here you go. Jack Kelly's at the press conference. More from Silver on T News. Joachim Andersen will be back. I'm 100% sure. Back in 100% sure. Harry Wilson is one of the players we have to keep assessing. Let's see. I'm going to change my news then. Sorry, I'm just updating my little news ticker. My all-important breaking news ticker. There we go. Ooh. Oh, come on. How does Sky News do this? Probably don't use OBS, do they? Come on. There we go. Oh. Sorry, guys. I'm having a graphical nightmare, it would seem. Go in the middle. That'll have to do. Not quite in the middle. Kosh, I'm very pleased that it randomly appeared on your feed. We're giving you the latest news. There you go. Joachim Andersen, 100% sure, will play. Harry Wilson, one of the players we'll have to keep assessing. That's what we got from Silver. That's a pretty good update, I reckon. We've done all right today, haven't we? Now we just need... Please tell me to start Senesi or Rodon. Gut feel is Senesi. Yeah, we're all over it, Harmony. My gut feeling is that Haaland will not play for City. He did not train. Man City didn't train yesterday, mate. The whole squad didn't train yesterday, so that's not the correct logic. The whole Man City squad didn't train yesterday. They're training today. We'll find out. We don't know that Haaland hasn't trained today yet. No one knows. You can't say that. I know, mate. Where is Mikel Arteta? I can't say the name that you have just used for him, but where is Arteta? That is the question. Where is this guy? His press conference was meant to be at 1:30. He's 40 minutes late for his press conference. He rearranged it to 2 o'clock, and he's 10 minutes late for that. Shocking. Oh no. Well, another update. Konate has been ruled out ahead of Wolves after picking up an injury in training. Brilliant. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I will... Well, I don't need to do anything, actually. I don't need to do anything. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it. Is it a troll? Paul Joyce isn't a troll account, is he? Or is that... let's have a look. Yes, that is a troll. Thank you. I got carried away then. Yeah. I got trolled. 667 people have watched me get trolled. We're so on it with press conferences today, you know. I'm hanging on to every word. Happens to the best of us. We all get Anfield papered. Hands up if you've been Anfield papered. Cheers, Sean. I got Anfield papered, mate. I didn't realise your name was Sean. There you go. You've been outed. You've been doxed, mate. We know your name's Sean now. And also, let's not forget that Fulham have not kept a clean sheet for 10 games. Just saying. I think it's Bruno Fernandes if you don't have Haaland, to be honest with you, mate. No, we're still waiting for Arteta's press conference, mate. He was meant to be doing his press conference nearly 45 minutes ago, and we're still waiting for it. So, very annoying. By the way, we've still got 650 people eagerly anticipating the Arteta press conference. And I've just got to say, if you haven't already, please do leave a like rating on the stream. Let's see if by some miracle we can do 500 likes on this stream. What do you reckon? I reckon we could do it. But if you haven't already and you're enjoying being here, please do subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I can promise you one thing. You'll get a video tonight if you subscribe. I will make a video tonight. Still waiting for Arteta. So here is, I would say, Luke Disable. He calls himself Dis FPL now. For me, he's been one of my favourite Man City lineup predictors, right? This is the team he's predicted. He said, instinct is, if fit, Haaland and O'Reilly play. Hard to guess when we don't know the fitness. Fair enough. Reinders is in for O'Reilly if he's not fit. Yeah. Cherky in for Haaland. Fair enough. Yeah. So if he said if they're both fit, they start. I agree with that. That's my logic too. I think Haaland either starts or he doesn't feature at all, would be my view. Cheers, Kosh. I appreciate that. Worth doing free hit? Not for me, mate. I would free hit during blank game week 34, to be honest with you. Play Dubravka or Petrovic? It's a close one. I'd probably say Petrovic, to be honest. Everyone's nicknames for Arteta are interesting. I can't say any of them, but Offside Footies is one of my favourites so far. I'm going to see if anyone texts me any news. I think everyone I know pretty much is keeping Haaland. Still waiting. Arteta's late. Can anyone ring up Arteta? Tell him he's late. And Levi's is quite a good nickname as well. Deadline in 3 hours. I mean, yeah, deadline's in 4 hours, mate. Well, 3.5 hours. Yeah. This was always going to be a 3-hour deadline stream. But we'll see how many people we still have on the stream when all the big boys start. Gutfield says vice captain in Boomo. I hate to tempt fate, mate. But I have an awful feeling that Mbumo might get benched. Joe Pontin's ahead of me in the Bristol City League. I can't believe it. Let's copy your team. I'm being beaten by someone. Fair play to you, mate. I'm not doing too badly. 17th. I'll take 17th. It's very close. 30 points in it. The guy leading, Lee, What's he overall? What's his overall rank? He must be smashing it. He sold Haaland as well. Oh no, substitution. 7k overall. Bloody hell. Fair enough. Well, you can see who I'm picking anyway, mate. My team is there. Sky showing Arteta just arriving. Finally. It's only 45 minutes late for his own press conference. It depends who else you got, mate. Do you think Bristol City will get through tonight? Probably, mate. We should do. Port Vale are like right bottom of League One. We should beat them. Do we think Arsenal win the league, by the way? Just on the subject of Arteta and various political figures. Yeah, we'll play Sunderland in the cup. It's not the most exciting cup tie for us, though, because we played you last season. I know you've gone up and improved a lot, but still, to me, you feel like a championship team because we played you last season and we play you again. I think I agree on Arsenal. I think they got a real good chance in the Champions League. I agree with you. Haaland will probably get half an hour. If you believe that, then don't captain him. I think Haaland either starts or doesn't feature at all. Arsenal will win the league if City slip up, but I think it's the opposite way around. Should I sell Enzo or Elliot? Neither of them. I think Enzo to Szoboszlai makes sense. I would not get rid of Elliot Andersen. Well, they've got a lot of options to Man United for those positions, haven't they? And I don't know. It's just a feeling. I'm not saying he will. I think he's 80% likely to play, maybe 85% likely. Could get hooked off at half time. Yeah, but for him to get hooked off at half time, do you think I think he needs to go absolutely ballistic. Chris is giving me some updates. That's what we like to hear. Arteta on Rice. There we go. He was much better today. Hopefully he's going to be better tomorrow. Well, I think I'm going to keep him. We got updates on everyone, guys. Everyone. Get your updates in, lads. There's the update. Believe it or not, you've got Rob Atkinson's phone number. Fair enough. Well, if you do, please wish him well, mate, because he's done his ankle and he's out for the season. So please wish him well. The poor bloke's been struggling with injuries in the last few years. There you go. There's your Declan Rice update. He's much better today. Hopefully he's going to be better tomorrow. That's enough for me. I think he plays. Yeah, I don't mind Mukiele's sale, but it just depends how much of a bench you think you need. Oh, Raphael, you got done. I nearly got done by Anfield Papers as well. I was like changing my team around, and then people told me it was a troll. I'll leave the Rice update on screen for people. We love that. I think we've done all right for updates today, you know. And I think the updates that we've got are as good as we're going to get, really. Is Anfield Papers purely satire, is it? I'll make sure I do. I'm going to go on Twitter and block it then. Is it all satire? Don't take this account serious. Oh. Good idea. Yeah, we like that, Cortex. That's a bit of information, isn't it? Is Wilson available for this week? Don't know. Don't know on Wilson is the answer. I think they're going to check after training, basically. Konate's not injured. It was a fake report from Anfield Papers. Should I sell Cunha and have Rice and Zuba? No, I'd sell Zubamendi. I need... you ain't got news, mate. We'll see after trading. There's no real update on... Yeah, I agree, JD Bond. I think he plays. I'm just going to put a jumper on. Cold. Oh, the temperature in my bedroom has dropped. Would you sell Wirtz now? Well, it depends on your chip strategy, to be honest. I think Wirtz plays in game week 30, to be honest with you. Eki TK a good buy? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Well, I mean, will Rice be okay? This is the information. Your job as an FPL manager now is to take that information and use it to make a decision on your team. I think my personal decision is I'm going to keep him, start him. And I've got such a good bench. This is almost a bench boost worthy week, isn't it? If I didn't have bloody flagged players. It's a pretty good bench. Buenos dias. Good morning to you too, mate. I take it you're in South America. Hill or Chalobah and Tav or Rogers? Rogers and Hill for me. I'd be a bit worried about Tavernier starting. Such a quick turnaround from last weekend on return from injury. I'd be a little bit doubtful. No, I'd keep Haaland, mate. Who would you start between Iwobi and Dango? You surely got to start on both. Who else have you got in your team? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, we've still got over 600 people watching the stream at the moment. This stream has been wild, by the way. Thank you, everyone, for joining. If you've enjoyed your time here, or just enjoy the stream in general, please do leave a like rating and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I'd really appreciate that. Trying to hit 25,000 subscribers by the end of the season, and I'd be very, very grateful if you could help me get there. Very grateful. I personally, Sandry, would start both of them. Should I sell him Bumo for... No. Just keep him Bumo. Even if Haaland gets one half, he could still... Yeah. I think Haaland plays more than 45, though. I really do. I really do. Play Krupa Jr. or bring in Mbumo for Wirtz. I think Krupa Jr. plays this week. With Evan Nilsson having a dead leg, I think there's a good chance that Krupa Jr. plays. So, that's what I'd say. Can you check your Discord? Yes, of course I can. Sorry, we've been very much focused on team news, and I've not done many team reviews. If you want your team reviewed, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if Haaland plays, will his minutes be restricted? Trying to decide whether I captain him and vice Semenyo, but don't want to risk a one-pointer at Haaland. By the way, if you want your team reviewed, join the FPL Cartel. There is a link in the description. It's an exclusive Discord. Me and my mate FPL Tom, both FPL YouTubers, are in it. We're in there all the time to help you with your FPL teams. There is a channel within the Discord. GGFF Stream, that's me. Post your team in there and I will review it. I think J-Lo, Haaland gets good enough minutes to captain him for me. I just think he's so much more likely to start than be benched. He'll start and not be featured at all, rather than be benched, I think. What would I do here? Nothing. Nothing, mate. 3-5-2. Munoz, Vandenberg is your bench player. I think that seems fine. If you really wanted to, you could do Mark Gu to Krupi, but I just leave it, to be honest with you. Maybe Dorgu to Hill as well as a move, but I think you could just leave that, to be honest with you. Play Strand Larsen or Andersen from Forest. Probably Strand Larsen. Yeah, nature's unfit. Well, the skill is, mate. The skill is to save your transfers so that you can pick all those players, free hit in 34, and then transfer them all out at 35. That, for me, is a way to think about it. Bench Szoboszlai or Njai. My God. I think I'd bench Szoboszlai. Rice, Haaland, Wilson. Any news on their injury? Yeah, Rice is doing better. Harry Wilson has to keep. With Harry Wilson, Marco Silva said we keep assessing him, and Declan Rice is feeling much better. There's the update on Declan Rice. He was much better today. Hopefully he's going to be better tomorrow. Harmony is still benching Rice. You nut job. Who are you playing instead of Rice? Buy O'Reilly for Timber? No. You can't buy a flagged player, mate. I think buying O'Reilly is too risky, especially as he blanks in Gameweek 31. I don't think there's any logic in that, personally. Sorry to say it, but I really don't think there's any logic in that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Timber out, Virgil in. I don't hate that. That could work. I don't know about you, I have a feeling that Timber could be benched this week. Sharda, yeah, fair enough. Is Chow a keeper? Yeah, I think so. Is Wirtz a hold? He'll probably be back next week. All the press finished. The press conferences we probably want are finished. There's still some to go, though. I have Andersen, Haaland. Well, Andersen's 100% ready to go. I think Haaland will play. I don't know about Wilson. Well, the thing is, Lee, with O'Reilly, I think he either starts or he doesn't feature at all, which is the same feeling I have about Haaland, to be honest with you. I mean, that's my view. He either starts or just doesn't feature at all. Bench 2, start 2 from Enzo, Senesi, Chalobah, Rodgers. I think I'd start Senesi and Rodgers. But Enzo v Rodgers is tough. Senesi's the one out of the defenders, and then Rodgers versus Enzo is tough. Should I captain Semenyo? No. Why would you? I just captain Haaland, to be honest. You should go Haaland captain, Semenyo vice if you're feeling that way. Because then, you know, I think to fit your narrative there, captaining Haaland, Semenyo vice is the way you do that. Do I sell Mukiele to Tarkowski and bench Andersen? Nah, not worth it. Just play Andersen, mate. Sharda 17 point. I think Sharda could do well, yeah. 6.5 million mid. Elliot Anderson, Iliman Njai, Harry Wilson, but he's a risk. Dango Sharda. Should I captain? No, I've already answered that. Is Obi to Ekitike, Palmer to Semenyo worth a -4? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think I take a hit for that, mate. Damsgaard, yeah. Harmony loves a bit Damsgaard. I don't mind that. I don't mind Damsgaard. I think he's pretty decent. Sorry, I'm just checking another account. Timber, Rice, Krupi, Munoz, bench 2. Oh my god. I'd definitely bench Timber. I'd definitely bench Timber, then it's up to you on the rest. I think Krupi plays, that's the problem. I think Krupi plays because Evan Nilsson's got a dead leg. Optimal team has my captain as Gahey. Well, could you foresee Man City keeping a clean sheet? I could. But yeah, I don't agree. Bench Timber, right? I have a feeling that he gets benched this week. What do you reckon? Do you think Timber starts? I guess Ben White's not available, is he? So he probably does. He probably just has to play if Ben White is not available. They don't really have anyone else, do they? I think in an ideal world, Timber would be benched. I still would consider Timber to Van Dijk, though. I still think that's a good move. Timber's not great for defensive contribution points. Knowing my luck, he bloody scores again now I've said that. But I do think that would be what I'd do. Rodgers versus Enzo, spin the wheel. All right, then. Any requests for a spin the wheel? I would start Alderete over Truefair. Better for DEFCON. Saying start Enzo, mate. Truefair, I would start Alderete over Truefair, mate. You don't need a spin the wheel for that. Yeah, Mr. Tendai, that makes sense. Tavernier or Dango for wildcard. Probably say Dango. Rodgers, Enzo, Munoz. I'd start Munoz, I think, mate. I'd start Munoz. Who starts, Roofs or Verbruggen? I'd start Roofs. Salah or Rice? Salah, surely. I have Wilson, Rice, Haaland, Andersen. Well, Andersen's 100% to play. I think Rice and Haaland play. I'm not sure about Wilson. For a hit, Haaland to Eki. No, mate, terrible. Why are people selling Haaland for a hit? Mad. What are we doing? Not worth it at all. Mane, Rodgers, and Timber to Goodmanson. Like, I know there is a world, and I'm going to look like an idiot if Haaland doesn't play this week, but we've had a decent update from Pep saying he looks better, and we'll know after training. Surely, cheers, Sean. Surely that's enough to not take a hit. Sean, let's have a look-see. Mate, team's fine. I would probably move Andersen to first on my bench, personally, rather than follow the Fantasy Football Hub logic. And for me, I've got Haaland as my captain. Haaland captain, Bruno Weiss. I think that's the way to go. Thoughts on my bench order? Let's have a look, J-Lo. Yeah, it's probably right. Probably right, that. Yeah, probably right. Bench Andersen or Andersen. Oh, that's so tough. I think I've got Elliot Andersen ahead of Joachim, so I'd start Elliot. Fulham have not kept a clean sheet for 10 games, I think. Chow or Hill to start. Thank you. If anyone is in the FPL Cartel and puts their team in the team review chat, let me know. By the way, if you do want to have your team reviewed by me, please do sign up to the FPL Cartel. I'll look in the Discord, the GGFF stream channel, and I'll check your team. But the reason, what am I trying to say? Elliot not hitting debt, he's missed it 1 week, mate. You can use the 1 week free trial, so you can join for free, see if you like it or not, and obviously use your week's free trial to get your team reviewed. Hill, Munoz, Mane. I would go Munoz first, Hill, and then Mane. But I think, considering he's about to play Tottenham, there is a good case to start Munoz. VVD, Richard, Chalobah, Chal. No, you don't need to make a defensive transfer there. Not at all. Best Verts replacement, Sharda, Mbumo, Njai, Elliot Andersen, Damsgaard. Don't think Liverpool, fair enough. Strand Larsen to Ekitike. I don't hate it. I think Strand Larsen could be alright this week, but depends how desperate you are to get Ekitike. Thing is, though, Liverpool's fixtures, right? You can say the same about Palace, to be fair, with their European fixtures, can't you? But this is Liverpool's fixtures. So they play Wolves, obviously, they play Wolves today, Wolves again on Friday, Galatasaray away in the Champions League on Tuesday, Tottenham at home in the Prem, Galatasaray away on the 18th. So a game, 3 days game, 4 days game, 4 days game, 3 days game. They got a lot of games. And I think for me, it's just thinking, when does Ekitike get his rests? I think, to be honest, if I was slot in deciding when I play Ekitike, or when I rotate and when I don't, I think I play Ekitike today. I rest him against Wolves in the Cup. I play him against Galatasaray in the Champions League, and then it all depends on how they're doing in the tie. You know, if they win 4-0 or whatever, he doesn't need to play in the second leg, so that's crucial. The result in that game probably dictates the team for the second one. I think you obviously have to play him against Tottenham if he's fit, and then the second leg against Galatasaray all depends on how the first leg goes. I think he probably plays against Brighton. So I would say if you're picking Ekitike, you need to bear in mind those fixtures and your view on how many minutes he gets. Would you sell Hall for Andersen or just play Andersen, mate? Andersen is 100% to play according to Marco Silva. I'll do Mukiele to Goodmanson and put him for fair enough. Not a massive fan of making transfers for your bench, but if that's what you want to do, go for it. By the way, ladies and gents, I really need the loo. I've been live for 2 hours and I need the loo. I've had a coffee, about a litre of water since I started the stream. I'm gonna have to use the loo. I will be as quick as I possibly can, alright? Keep your questions coming in and I'll be like 30 seconds. Sorry about that, guys. Just the number one, mate. Just the number one. I'm not brave enough to do a full number 2 on the stream. Everyone would go. How long was that? Was that 30 seconds? I tried to be as quick as I could. Enzo, Bruno, Rice, Rogers, midfield. What would you do with 1 free transfer, 0 million? Nothing. You could probably get Szoboszlai in if you really wanted to, but I think it's fine. Declan Rice is doing much better, and Arteta said hopefully he'll be fine. Or doing much better is the update we got from. This is the update on Rice. That's it. Ooh. There you go. That's the Rice update. That is the Rice update. Lots of people rolling by the looks of it this week. 78 seconds, I don't agree. Was it that long, was it? Did you time it? Bench Rogers or Senesi? Probably bench Rogers, you know. You got to think Senesi is probably going to score 4 points. Oh, Cartman, you're gone, mate. You're getting weird now. $67 seconds. How long? Oh, brilliant. Yeah, 6-7. Brilliant. Keep Palmer for the differential or sell him to get Ekitike and Thiago in. I really want Thiago if I didn't have him. I really want Thiago. I think Njai is better than Dewsbury Hall, personally. I do. Start Munoz or Andersen. I'd start Munoz, I think. Fave differential captain. It's Njai. I'd still probably have Thiago or Ekitike over Njai, to be fair, but I do like Njai. He's not done a whole lot of open play stuff since his return from... He hasn't done anything from open play since his return from injury, actually. Which defender for 4.3 million would you buy? James Hill. Should I use my transfer? Shalabata? I don't hate it. Lambie, my pleasure. Cunha, Timber, Rogers. I can't believe this, but I say there's a chance that Timber could be benched. But the more you think about it, with Ben White being confirmed out, that probably won't happen, to be fair. I'd probably start Timber. But it's very close. Actually, you know what? We'll get spin the wheel out, mate. Your decision is Cunha, Timber, Rogers. The wheel will decide. Could be Mosquera. Yeah, it could be. It could be. I just... saying start Rogers, mate. Can't believe it. Tell you what, wildcarding in Game Week 29 is rogue. Very rogue. Should you sell O'Reilly? It's tricky. If you sold O'Reilly, you'd want to buy him back for Game Week 32, if you did. Yeah, Shalabert Van Dijk I think is quite good. Jack Hutch, yes, mate. If you do put your team in the Discord, just let me know. I assume this is you, pal. What's that picture? Who's that? I take it you're an NBA man. I don't mind Iwobi. Yeah, I like it. I like the team. I don't think I'd do anything here. What was your... Do you have any thoughts? 2 free transfers, 2 million in the bank. Oh, I got Polo Goose in here anyway. I don't know, mate. Make sure, Polo Goose, if you do put your team in the Discord, just try to remind me in the chat, pal. Cheers, Jack. Appreciate that. We'll have a look in a second, mate. 2 million. I probably wouldn't do anything, mate. I probably wouldn't do anything. I think it's okay. You got a bit of bench cover. The only player I was looking at to replace is Rayan. But then you should probably get rid of Rice before that if he blanks in 30. I'll probably keep it as it is. Jack. Team's fine. I don't think you need to do anything there. Really don't think you need to do anything there. Very jealous of your Pickford in goal. I think the team's fine. I don't think you need to do anything. I think it's okay. Your bench is a bit thin, but I think it's alright. He's typing. Join the Discord. There's the link, mate, in the chat. Start Sarr or Rogers? Sarr. I'd start Sarr. Link in the chat to join the Discord, guys. My pleasure, Polo Goose. Hopefully I was helpful. I'd put Elliot Andersen first, Rogers second, Shalabar third. Who should I sell? Wilson, Andersen, O'Reilly, Rice. None of them. I don't think you need to sell any of them. I think I'd say there's a chance that all of them play, to be honest with you. Yeah, clean sheet odds coming up. There you go. Enzo to Dewsbury Hall / Njai. I prefer Njai, mate. I've got to say Njai because he's in my team. Where's your Clino odds, mate? I have Calvert-Lewin, Haaland as an attacker. Should I sell Haaland? No. I just don't... We got news that Haaland is doing better. And there's a chance that we'll see if he plays based on training. I don't know. Am I being mad that I just flat out say no to anyone considering Haaland to Ekitike? I just wouldn't do it. Haaland to Ekitike just does not make sense to me. Mick I don't actually hate the second move either, to be honest with you. Because you probably want to get rid of Rice in the long term. But, yeah, I also don't mind Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, unfortunately, Kirali, Tom, we didn't get any real kind of update on Rice, Wilson or Haaland. We'll see. Afton, what's that, Harmony? Who's ready to go? Haaland is fit and ready to go. I'm going to have a look on Twitter. Hey? Afton. Have you got a link? Send us a link, Harmony. Is Wilson starting? No. We will decide. We don't know. They'll decide after training. Start Andres Dewsbury Hall all day long, mate. Yeah, I don't know on Wilson. I think you start him. He either starts or doesn't feature at all. Lazy Ush. 3 transfers, Haaland will be captain. I don't think you need to make a transfer here. Honestly, mate, I would probably start Wilson over Tavernier. I probably would. I probably would start with... I think Wilson either starts or doesn't feature at all. I'd be quite surprised if he got minutes off the bench. I don't think I should change the order of the 2 Andersens on my bench. I don't think I should. I'm content with my order. O'Reilly has the same status as Haaland, by the way. We'll decide after training today. But looking better, apparently. eFootball Addict getting Ekitike for João Pedro and then Mukiele to a cheap defender for a hit. I have both Thiago and Haaland. Got in Szoboszlai for Cunha. Fair enough. I wouldn't do Mukiele out for a hit though. Surely you can have someone that covers. Get rid of Zubamendi and Wilson to get Rice and André Santos. No. Bro, why would you get Rice? We don't even know for sure if he's going to play. Miss De Bruyne. Well, I miss a fit De Bruyne for FPL. Couldn't really stay fit though, could he? By the way, if you haven't already, one of the final times I'll say this, but I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. Like I said, I'm trying to hit 25,000 subscribers by the end of the season, and you can obviously help me get there by hitting subscribe, and I'd be very grateful if you could do that. Closing in on 22,500 subscribers, by the way. Getting there. Good to see you, Ben. So, we didn't get an update on Haaland, other than he's doing better, and we'll see after training today. That's the update. He feels much better, actually, is the update we had. So on the ticker right now. That's the exact quote from Pep. Personally, for me, mate, I'm captaining Haaland. I honestly think he either starts or just doesn't feature at all. Excuse me. Who are you thinking of replacing Njai with after game week 29? I probably won't. I think I'll just bench him. I don't think I'm going to make a transfer until game week 35. If everything stays as it is with my team, I don't think I need to touch it, to be honest. Maybe I'll make one for 31 to sell Declan Rice. Maybe. Just to make sure I've got a really good 11 for game week 31, the blank. But that's it. I think I'm going to try and roll all my transfers now the best I can. I definitely don't need to make a transfer this week. It's just not worth it. Konate or Andersen? Look at my team. There's your decision. Haaland to Ekitike, only because the guy in second place in my league has Ekitike. He doesn't have Haaland. 100%. Not for me. I just wouldn't do it. Wonder if Wolves match will be a goal fest. We'll see. I'm hoping Liverpool keep a clean sheet. Obviously, I got 2 of them. I'm actually quite happy. Still quite happy with Virgil and Konate. I'm not sure. I can't remember your team, eFootball Addict, I'm afraid. Yeah, I just think there's always going to be speculation harmony on Haaland, to be honest with you. I think they're just speculating. They're thinking what we're all thinking, you know? Dango or Njai? I'd probably say Njai. I think his minutes are better. Rice or Szoboszlai? Long-term Szoboszlai. This week, I still like Rice. His points, 58945. Pretty good. Not blank for 5 weeks. Do you think Haaland will get early sub due to coming back? Maybe. That just depends if he was actually injured, though. Like, there are some people saying and speculating that he was just rested. So I don't know. Quite simply. Do you want to know a good stat on? I'm going to put a good stat from. This is the source. Zofar FPL. This is a good stat. This one. Declan Rice has 99 FPL points in away games this season. That's 23 more than the second place midfielder Rodgers. 7 more points than Haaland in away games this season, by the way. What a stat that is. What a stat. What a stat. What a bloody stat. Calvert-Lewin over Haaland? No. What do you think? Enzo out for Dang. The thing is for me with Tavernier, he's just coming back from injury. Really quick turnaround. Bournemouth have Adley, Ray. I think there's a chance that Tavernier could get benched. So I think it's Dango, Iliman Njai, Elliot Anderson, Damsgaard, players like that. Sharda even. Yes, Discord, of course, mate. We got a few in. Thank you. I looked at Jack's, Luke's. 1 free transfer, 1.1 million in the bank. Make sure when you do, if you do post in the Discord, to please poke me. Any advice on Mukiele replacement? You don't need to. You don't need to, I don't think. Or maybe just to make your bench a bit better. James Hill, mate. James Hill. Bakar Ryu. I have a free transfer. 0.4 million in the bank. Anything I should do? No. No, you don't need to do anything here. That's fine, mate. You got Andersen on the bench. You don't need to do anything. Don't do anything, mate. It's fine. We've had a few join the Discord. Thank you, all 4 of you that have joined. Jake, if you're in the stream, just let me know when your team's in there, mate, and I'll have a look at it. Tanmay Gord, thank you for the super chat. Munoz, Hill, Garner, Dango. Munoz and Dango. My gut feel there, mate. Is Roofs injured? Don't think so. Thoughts on Verts and Rice to Szoboszlai and Iwobi? Oh. I don't mind it, but if you're wildcarding in 32, I just feel like you might be best off saving your transfers. In the cartel, if it doesn't suit me, of course you can cancel your subscription, mate, yeah? Discord link? Oh, I've got rid of it. It's in the description. That's the whole point of a trial, mate. You can cancel it. Instructions on how to cancel are in the Discord as well. But if you need help, just message us. We'll get you out if you need to be cancelled. Jake, would you change anything? Only thing I'm not sure about is Hill or Chow. No. It's hard to see who your captain is, though. I'm guessing it's Haaland. But no, you don't change anything there. I think that's fine. It's just whether you think Rayan's going to play. But I do, so yeah. Rice fit to play. Well, this is the update. When it loads. That's what we've got on Rice, mate. David Raya's good to go, by the way, for people that were worried. Yeah, I will be rolling. What's the case with O'Reilly? I think he's the same as Haaland in terms of a fitness update. That's what Pep said. I think O'Reilly, similar to Haaland, he either starts or doesn't feature at all. I think he's been so crucial for Man City this season that that's how he'll be used. Start or not feature at all. That's my personal feeling. Lambie, mate, I've read it all. I've done it all, bro. I've updated you on everyone. Andersen is 100% to go. Declan Rice is better, but we'll see. Haaland is better, but we'll see. O'Reilly is better, but we'll see. That's pretty much it. Wilson, we'll see. That's the update. That's the update. That is the update. My pleasure, Jake. We're starting to falter a little bit. It's starting to tire a little bit. We've been live for 2 hours and 30 minutes, and yeah, it's a long time to be live. We had loads of people in it. We nearly had 700 people. Still got 411 still watching now. Crazy. Thank you, everyone. What a stream it's been, eh? What a stream it's been. Thoughts on Enzo? I can't get that excited about him. I think whenever Palmer's in the Chelsea team, he reduces Enzo's appeal. And it does look like, for whatever reason or however it's happening, that Palmer seems to have not gotten on top of his injury, but he seems to be playing more. Less of a risk. Yeah, I think all four of those played, to be honest. Hi, mate. I've got to wildcard. Fires everywhere. No, I didn't do a wildcard vid, mate. It's really hard this week. To be honest, I think if you watch my Game Week 28 wildcard team, this week's wouldn't be a whole lot different. It's not like any new players have emerged, really. I'll be honest with you. Bench 2 out of Sar, Rayan, Dango, and Mbumo. Ooh. Right, I think we've got a microphone again. Don't know what happened then. My mic just decided that it didn't want to be read by my computer anymore. I think we're back now. Let me just check that the audio's coming through the mic again. That was rubbish. Don't know what happened there. No, it's all good, guys. Sorry, my mic just decided to... I just had a notification to say USB device not recognised. I was like, oh, brilliant. My laptop suddenly decided it doesn't want to recognise my microphone anymore. Mateus Nunes or Canate? I gotta say Canate. Best midfielders for the next two: Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Brian Mbumo, Iliam Njai, Elliot Andersen. The ones I've got, really. Maybe some Brentford ones as well. Sharda and Dango, chuck them in there. Calvert-Lewin or Wilson on the bench? I'd probably bench Calvert-Lewin. No. Yeah. Yeah. What was Brisky's question? Wildcard or not? My bench, yeah, I wouldn't wildcard yet. Set my team in the Discord. Let's have a look. Thanks for joining, mate. 0.9 in the bank. 1 free transfer. I honestly don't think you need to do anything there. Do nothing. I don't see a need to spend a transfer, really, mate. I really appreciate you joining, but yeah, honestly, I don't think you need to make a transfer there. Yeah, I wouldn't do a transfer. I think you're fine. I think you're fine. I can't believe how this stream has gone today. It's been crazy. I think we peaked at like 700 people watching. Mental. So yeah, very grateful for that. What a stream. Bench Kroopy, Haaland or Wilson? Kroopy. I think Kroopy actually starts. Yeah, I'd bench Kroopy. I think Haaland and Wilson are better, and both of them either start or don't feature at all. That's my opinion. Do you reckon Rodgers will return? He's got a chance. I would probably say Andersen's better, though. Karali Tom, roll or transfer? Andersen, Saliba, Timber, Ayer, Richards, Goodmanson. You definitely don't need to make a transfer there. You definitely can roll. Thing for me is, Brisky, is using a wild card. I think it's best to do it in Gameweek 32. Yeah, we only had a couple of Burks, you're right. Burks is a good insult. I like that. My mum used to say that. It's been a while since I've heard the insult Burke. Buy Tavernier or Dewsbury Hall? Well, I don't think I'd buy either of them, really. Honestly, I don't think I'd buy either of them. I'd be worried about Tavernier playing this week, because it is a real quick turnaround from last weekend, and he's just coming back from an injury. Dewsbury Hall, you probably do. Yeah, get him against Burnley. Tom, you seeing teams? What does that mean? What does that mean, pal? That Wilson quote. No, we do it through the FPL Cartel now, mate. We're trying to build up the cartel, so we're just doing team reviews from there. A young Jeffrey Dahmer. I should probably know who that is, but I don't. It has muted. No, shouldn't have. Oh, Joe Pontin, you must be behind. Who do I buy instead of Zubamendi? I don't know who even that is, mate. Should I have a look? Oh, no. Oh, no. Jesus. Christ. I didn't even know who this was. I've been absolutely done then, haven't I? What? Oh my god. I mean, he's literally one of the worst human beings to ever exist. That is awful. Have I not heard of this guy before? Guess there's only one way you learn, right? Wow. That's very harsh. Please stop yawning. I'm trying, mate. I've been live for nearly 3 hours. It's hard. So who do I buy? All right, someone's just referred to me as a serial killer, mate. All right, I've had to address that. Bear with, be patient. There's 350 people watching, not just you, my friend. All right, let's ask the chat. Chat, if you had 5.5 million to spend on a midfielder, who you getting? I'll be honest, mate. Of course I know who Zubimendi is. I've forgotten where I was going with this now. Forgotten where I was going with it. Yeah, I've forgotten. I was going to say something, I forgot. Yeah, I'd say Elliot Andersen. Tavernier, I'd worry about Tavernier. He's just come back from injury. Really quick turnaround. Bournemouth have got options in that position now. I'd be worried. Check the Twitter. Check the feed at the bottom. The ticker at the bottom right now is the update. Tavernier, but what if he doesn't start? I'm not 100% sure Tavernier starts this week. Mr. Potato Head, I've definitely had that before, mate. Oh yeah, it was about Netflix. I don't watch Netflix. I don't have time, really. Honestly, my entire life is consumed by seeing friends when I have a spare second, making YouTube videos, being live talking about FPL, swimming, or working. That is literally all I do. I don't have time for Netflix, I'm afraid. Maybe when I'm eating dinner with my flatmate and he puts something on. That's about it. I prefer not to say what I do for work, if that's all right. All right, well, I've just not heard of him, mate. It's not my fault. I've just not heard of him. All right, I've not heard of him. I can't really say I've done. I don't sit there revising serial killers. First bench, Chow or Alderete? I'd say Alderete. Exactly. Be 40 before you know it. I'm closing in, mate. I'm 12 years away from being 40. Can't believe it. Be 11 years in May. Thiago to Ekitike, just absolutely not. You look like a greenkeeper at a prestigious golf course. Do you really think if I did that job, I'd have time to do this? Yeah, JD Bond, we went to view one, mate, and it was nice. Went to view one on Thursday, but there were 7 other people viewing it on that day. I knew it would go over asking price. And if I bought it, if I put in an offer, I could afford it. I know I could win the bidding war or whatever. But if I did that, I just have no money to buy any furniture or white goods like a washing machine or oven or anything like that. So I'd be living in a house with nothing in it for a few months. So I just didn't think it was worth it. And also, I'm pretty happy with where I'm living at the moment. Like, I'm not in a rush. So I didn't go for it. Well, you don't watch Net... What? I don't go to uni, Kieran, no. Moving to Yates soon, yeah. This one was up for 290,000, which is mad. Mad money, but it was up for 290. Bear in mind, I've been saving for a house for about 9 years. So, like, I've been saving for a long time. Washing machine and white goods are overrated. How many subscribers does a person need to live on YouTube? It's not actually done on subscribers, so you get paid. So basically, YouTube has depending on the advertisers that advertise on your channel, it kind of depends on the niche that you make your videos about, because that will change the people that advertise on your video. But you get a number per 1,000 views that you get paid. That's how it works. A certain fee per 1,000 views. No, I wouldn't tell them, Kieran. Calzino, mate, I literally spent my whole life working. There's not much I do that isn't work at the moment, apart from train. That's literally my life. So I'm trying to bring in as much as I can to help me buy a house, basically. That's what unfortunately, that is the state of play with buying houses in the UK at the moment. You can either complain about it or accept the circumstances and crack on, and I've chosen the latter. Pedro to Ekitike, yeah, I don't mind it. Rice or Enzo to Szoboszlai, I'd probably get rid of Enzo. Well, Kieran, that might say more about you than it does about me. But in general, different YouTube niches pay differently for adverts. Like, if you make a finance channel, you'll get, banks and, investment companies and stuff like that advertise, and they pay more than lots of other companies, basically. Yeah, Scrolling Stone, I'm captaining Haaland. I think Haaland either starts or doesn't feature at all, so I'm captaining him. And as for Haaland to Ekitike, I just wouldn't do that. I don't think it's worth it at all. Enzo to Dango, probably. I would just, I don't know. What? It's men or males in their mid-20s, Kieran, according to the YouTube stats. But yeah, Haaland starts or doesn't feature at all, so I think, I'd captain him. As for Dango, I was a little bit worried about Dango starting this week. I don't know why, but there you go. Cheers, Harmony. I appreciate that. That's very kind. Yeah, exactly, JD Bond. Exactly. And if anything went wrong, I'd be screwed. I'd have no money. I like having a little bit of savings so that I could pretty much deal with any problem that comes up and just pay for it to get sorted. And I would spend all of that if I bought the house now. I just don't think it was worth it. But yeah, I think I've come to that sort of view and mindset about life through a lot of hardship, to be fair, Harmony. I think that's what it takes, Yeah, outside of this, I've had a tough few years outside of YouTube in some events, so yeah. Cheers, user. Hey, it's just internet insults, I don't care. I appreciate that. Not like hiring a hitman sort of problem. No, you can't. I know I rent, but I haven't owed anyone any money for about 5 years. The cars and stuff that I've owned, I've all bought in cash. I just don't like the thought of owing people money, and it's mad that I have this mindset about things, and my credit rating's terrible because I don't borrow money. It's just mad how that works. But yeah, so having a mortgage and stuff is, I don't know if that creates a new feeling of, I guess it is an asset at least, isn't it? And it's no different than paying rent. Wilson or Szoboszlai? Well, I think Wilson either starts or doesn't play at all. So yeah, exactly. Owning a house is good bet. Is good debt. I agree. What's the update? Rice is doing better. Andersen is 100%. And Wilson, they'll wait and see. Would you do Rice to Semenyo or just roll? I just roll. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, exactly, Joe. Just cook in the garden, yeah. I did have a garden. Also, I was a bit dubious of the parking that the house had because the estate agent couldn't tell me where the parking was. I was like, it says on your advert this house has parking, but you can't tell me where the parking is. And also, I probably viewed 9 or 10 places to rent before I got this one. And it's funny how different the approach from the estate agents was in both scenarios compared to renting and buying. When I went to view this house, I told the estate agent, he said, "What do you do for a living?" And I said, "Well, I have this job, and then I have a YouTube channel." And in today's day and age, I don't think having a YouTube channel is the most amazing thing, right? It's all you got to do is get a camera and talk on camera and upload it to YouTube, right? It's not exactly the most special thing. And honestly, to her, it was the most amazing thing she'd ever heard in her entire life that I had a YouTube channel. And I was like, I think you're trying to butter me up, love. You know when you can tell that someone's just not being authentic? That's what the feeling I got. No, she was like the same age as me. It's also funny that most of the people, it is quite funny that most of the people that have showed me around properties have been attractive young women. It's funny that. Maybe that's done on purpose. But yeah. She had a boyfriend anyway, guys, so I didn't meet my wife through a house viewing, unfortunately. I usually skip that part of the videos. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way, mate. I left and the next viewing went in. Exactly, user. They do what they can to sell the places. I would be not surprised. Also, I feel like in any negotiation or position when someone is trying to sell you something, the best possible mindset you can be in is one where you can walk away, right? That makes you so much more powerful when you go into any kind of negotiation, right? I know there's loads of businessmen that have how to negotiate, the art of the deal, blah, blah, blah. The way you win a negotiation is put yourself into a position where you can walk away before you go into it. Any updates on flag players? Yes, Declan Rice is doing better, but we got nothing solid. Haaland and O'Reilly are both feeling much better, but Pep is going to find out after training. Andersen is 100% ready to go, and Wilson is a wait and see. Made an account on FPL Cartel and Discord. You should be able to put your team in. I'd vice captain Bruno Fernandes, mate. Sorry, I just saw a message. It's in GGFF stream, mate. I can't really help you, Doctor, because it should be pretty obvious to join the Discord once you join as a member. Oh, well, nothing new. I don't think we were going to necessarily get anything huge, but I think it's pretty positive about all players, to be honest. It makes me think that Rice and Haaland will probably play. Rice to Iwobi, yeah. I also think Declan Rice is very good in himself, though, isn't he? Rodgers or Dewsbury Hall? I think you got to bench Rodgers and play Dewsbury Hall at home to Burnley, really. Would you start? I'd start Wilson. I think Wilson is the same as Wilson is the same as Haaland, as in he will start or not feature at all. What is the price of rent in the estate you mentioned in the UK? I think I can say this. I live in a 2-bedroom place that I share with a mate of mine. Our rent is £1,400 a month for this flat, which is obviously a lot of money, but we split it between the two of us. And the 2-bedroomed house that I went to view the other day was listed for £290,000 in Bristol. I can say that, can't I? That's not controversial. There's no caravans near me, Harmony. There's a place in Clifton called the Clifton Downs where there are quite a lot of people living in caravans, but there's no caravans near me. The problem with the caravans, though, is that they are... Do I have an issue with people living in caravans? Not really, especially if they can't afford to live in a house. Of course not. But when you go up to the Clifton Downs, they are really dirty. Really dirty. It's not nice. That's one thing I will say. Yeah, you can't. I get it. You can't help it. Living in a caravan because you can't afford a house. I accept that personally, but you gotta look after it. Yeah, that was to buy, Joe. I don't know, Cole's there. People are asking me questions. Yeah, housing market's mental. I'm sure that's gone up already. Excited 97. The only thing is, I do predict they will crash sometime soon. I just don't think it's sustainable the way that it keeps going up and up and up. And I think it's really important as well to... We're going to talk about property for a little bit, is talk about the ladder as well and the circle of life that people go through with the property. So I'm in the renting period. You buy your first place, you buy a family place that you raise your family in, and then you maybe downsize, retirement home, right? That's kind of the property circle, I think. And with the demographic of the population that we have in the UK at the moment, there are a lot of people now. It's heavily weighted towards people that are late 50s, 60s, 70s. And these people will be looking to downsize or go into care homes, basically, right? This is the nature of the ladder. And I think over the next 5 to 10 years, there's going to be a big property crash in the UK. Huge one. Mbumo downgrade to Ekitike. That doesn't make sense. Tyke, the questions you're asking me are so weird. And what was I going to say about the property? And I think the way that AI is going at the moment, right, looks mad. It is getting so advanced and so clever that I worry just how many jobs are actually going to be left for all of us in 3 or 4 years' time. And I just think the whole way we live is going to change over the next decade. I'm sure, things change a lot, but you think over the last 10 years, not a whole lot has drastically changed in your day-to-day life. Maybe working from home as a result of COVID, but yeah. I just think people's jobs it's going to change. It's really going to change over the next 5 to 10 years, which is why I decided to start up a YouTube channel, really. Because I think a bit of self-protection as well, right? You can't really replace this. FPL will just be all AI. I'm not sure, mate. I think people still value talking to a human. I certainly would value talking to a human being about FPL, Exactly. Excited 97. Waiting for the first AI YouTuber. We'll see. No, I don't think I need to start Andersen, mate. Who would you start Andersen over? I don't think they keep a clean sheet. They've not kept a clean sheet for 10 games. The problem is in the UK, it's very hard to let people go from the civil service. Jobs are so safe. It's hard to let people go, which is, yeah. Absolutely, Charlie West. If you can do stuff with if you've got genuine building skills, you're pretty safe. Everyone needs an electrician. Everyone needs a bricklayer. Everyone needs a builder. Everyone needs a plumber. Everyone needs decorators. All of these things are needed. I agree. Everyone needs, I say car mechanics even then. But yeah, Fulham are definitely keeping a clean sheet. Oh, Cole's air. Stop it, mate. How many times have you asked me that? Bro, I've answered that question about 5 times and you keep putting it in the chat. No robot can cook like me. What are we talking about, Harmony? What are you cooking? Hi Tom, who to sell Rodgers to? I don't think I'd be desperate to sell him. I think Rodgers could do something this week, you know. Can I say something that might potentially sound quite arrogant? But it's only because of the views that I've gotten on the stream and the great people that have joined. But it sounds quite arrogant. But I feel like I want to say it because it makes you feel a lot better for saying it. I am a qualified chef, not done it for years. Very good. Should I go with Wilson or Iwobi? I think if you're buying someone, it's probably Iwobi. Painful though. Oh, Stark Dewsbury all over Rodgers. He's got Burnley, mate. Mane and Rice for Ekitike and Stack. Yeah, I don't hate that, particularly with the blank. Bro said all that and didn't say it. I was waiting to see if people would accept it. Right, here it goes. Okay, so basically, Bristol City, right? We were due to play Port Vale in the FA Cup a couple of weeks ago, right? The fixture got postponed till today, this afternoon, because the pitch was in awful condition. And I tweeted saying that I couldn't go to the rearranged fixture because it's the FPL deadline, right? This is mad. This is mad because it's crazy. And then, because I'm prioritizing this, right? It is my dream to do this full time. So I'm prioritizing this rather than going to an away day for my football club. Some people might hate that, but for me, it's the decision that I feel I should make. And I had a vision that 10,000 people would watch the live stream once I made that decision. And we've just got over 10,000 views. And 5 times more people, that would mean 5 times more people have joined this live stream than Bristol City fans that are going to Port Vale. So I think that justifies my decision, doesn't it? But I'm very grateful for the viewers. It's been a really fun stream. I hope everyone's enjoyed being a part of it. So yeah, someone quote tweeted me on Twitter, and I got absolutely ripped into on Twitter for daring to do an FPL deadline stream instead, and for saying that FPL has become part of my job. People are like, well, it's not a real job. I mean, we've done all right today, haven't we? So thank you, everyone. Yeah, maybe I should come up with a vision of me winning the lottery, eh? I'll still be watching the game. I just won't go. Oh, and I got ripped into by the big away day people, to be fair. But you know, this is a dream of mine to do this full time. I don't know, mate. I think they'll be together for us. I think both FPL and Bristol City will be around for as long as each other, to be honest. Start Krupi or Dango? Dango. Do you think... I think it's Bristol City, mate. But yes, I do. I think they beat Port Vale. What about Wilson? What about him? Marco Silva, in his press conference, said, basically, wait and see after training. Oh, shit. I need to get you a mug, don't I, Jake? I knew I had to do something. You sent me your details and stuff. Leave it with me. It's one of the many... I'm going to write it on my whiteboard. I've got a whiteboard of a to-do list next to me. Do you have when I send someone a mug as well, I send them a packet of biscuits to go with the mug. What biscuits do you want? We'll put some biscuits in there too, mate. Yeah, Andersen is 100% ready to go. What is your problem? Someone was really desperate to know about Andersen, weren't they? Can you see Ange Postecoglou? Maybe. Who would be the next Premier League manager to go, though? This would be the Tottenham manager, isn't he? He's going to last about a month. I do feel sorry for this new Tottenham manager, though. I think he's got a poison chalice. I'll tell you what, there is also a... bro, you got... I haven't got... No, I'd have to go to Tesco to get some biscuits. Bourbon Classics. All right, mate. Jake mug plus bourbon. It's on the board, mate. We'll get you a mug and some bourbon. I do enjoy over Zubimendi, mate. I was talking about the Tottenham manager, and then I was going to go on to Liam Rosenior as well. I feel really sorry for Rosenior. I don't know if anyone else has seen the tweets about him, but he got really taken the mickey out of when he first started for Chelsea. All of like the face swaps and stuff. And then there was a picture of him having a pint in a hotel bar after a game. And everyone was taking the mickey out of him for having a pint after a game. Like, come on. I think did they lose or he got a man sent off? And I mean, whoever, like, come on, having a pint after that game, I would do the same. And then against Arsenal, I thought he did his bit. Pedro Neto, I mean, he really let him down in that game. I felt really sorry for Rosenior after that game. I felt really sorry for him. I really like Liam Rosenior. I think he's done a decent job so far. And if they did get rid of him, I think he consider himself unlucky because I think the problems that are at foot at Chelsea are not his to fix, really. I think so many uncontrollables have not gone his way. It's just my view, though. Did he? I don't know, Gary Allen. I've missed that, so let me know what he said. I haven't seen that. Stack is absolutely fine, mate, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about having to start Stack this week. Any Haaland update? He's doing a lot better, but they'll wait and see after training, apparently. Hi, would you start Rodgers or Munoz? Gut feel, Angelique, is I would start Munoz, I'm pretty sure. I think that makes sense. I think Munoz against Tottenham is a really exciting prospect. Manage stands for aging men. Jason sound cringy and doesn't consider women's football. Bit confused. I don't think you've given the full quote there. What would you recommend? Bench Haaland still or start? Mate, he's in my team in captain. Sorry, I was just trying to think about the women's football comment, see if I can make sense of it. I couldn't, sorry. Haaland's my captain and I'm playing him. Would you do Mbumo to Wilson? No. Gameweek 32 wildcard base. Oh, mate, it's too hard. It's too fine. Oh, the aging men comment. Is that really about women's football? I know it's a cringy comment, I agree, but was it really about women's football? If he's never managed in the women's game and all he's done is men's football? I don't think that's sexist, it's just a cringy comment, mate. No, Charlie, it's fine. This is my final team, pretty sure. Yeah, I think you're reading into it way too much. I think it was definitely a cringy comment. Don't get me wrong. I cringed when I heard him say it, but I do not think that was sexist. Sorry, I don't. I try and stay away from those sorts of conversations, but that one, I don't think so at all. You can't. Yeah. Anyway, if you believe that, mate, I'm not going to argue the case. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Wilson is a wait and see after training. Rice versus Szoboszlai. Spin the wheel. Let's get on it, mate. News on O'Reilly. It's the same as Haaland. Feels much better. Training today, and they'll see from there. Oh, I spelt Rice wrong, but it doesn't matter. It's saying start Rice, mate. Or Rye, but that's Rice. Oh, bro, can you do injury news? I've spent the whole stream doing injury news. I've done 3 hours of injury news. You acting like I haven't done it. What do you want to know? You want me to do something else? What do you want me to do, Harmony? Would you sell Nunes or Rice? I'd probably keep both of them, mate. To be honest, I don't think you need to sell them this week. And Bumo or Ekitike? All right. That's meant to be Rice. Sorry for spelling it wrong. Oh, why can't I type? Let me type. What? I accidentally spanned the wheel then. Eki. There you go. Ekitike. I'd agree with that this week. Dango or Thiago? Thiago. 100%. Thiago's the one, mate. Start Andersen from Fulham or Enzo? I would start Andersen from Fulham. I'd bench Rodgers and Enzo, Adam, I reckon. That sounds so wrong to do that, but I think I would. I think Andersen and Senesi probably score 4 points. Richards or Alderete? Alderete for me, I think. O'Reilly and Wilson, can you do injury news? Yep, O'Reilly feels a lot better. Well, it's the same as Haaland, and there's an update on Haaland just on the screen now. Feels much better. Yesterday we didn't train. We'll decide after training if he plays. So that's O'Reilly. Wilson, they're going to decide after training if he plays. Will you sell Rice for Szoboszlai / Njai? No. I've already got Njai. Unless your English isn't your first language and you're asking me, would I? And no, I probably wouldn't this week. Would you sell Nunes or Rice? No. No, I think I've already said that. Yeah, I already answered that, Scrolling Stone. Keep up, bro. For those of us who just joined, could you give us a quick summary of the latest injury news? Brother. Pretty much everyone is going to await and see, basically, after training. Rice, Haaland, Wilson, they're all kind of waits and sees, but do seem a little bit better. Joachim Andersen is 100%. Joe Rodon is ready to go as well. Is Ekitike a must? No, not really. I think you should try and get him, but he's not like essential. Not essential. Is Harry Wilson available? I've just answered that. I think I've got 15 minutes to go, to be fair, but I think I'm done reading out comments asking for injury updates now. I've done it for 3.5 hours nearly. It's been a lot. I wonder how many times I've told people if an update on Haaland and Wilson so far. Raul Jimenez or Dango? Would you sell Haaland for Ekitike? No. Is Haaland or Wilson available? We don't know for sure. Haaland is doing it. I'm going to answer it one more time. Haaland's doing a lot better. Wilson, we have to keep assessing. You can see it in the ticker at the bottom. But when are we getting an injured Charlie West? Surely you've been in here a while. Come on. I think we'll be wrapping up soon, guys. I think the likes of Raptor, Let's Talk FPL, and Harry and all that will be streaming soon. If you haven't already, and you're still around, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like rating on the stream and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. This stream has been ludicrous, by the way. It's been easily the biggest deadline stream I've ever done. Probably, I think it's the biggest live stream I've ever done on YouTube. Crazy. Nearly 11,000 people have tuned in. At one point, we had like 750 people watching. It's the most I've ever had. Crazy. So just say thank you, everyone, for joining. And obviously, I could tell why it was. Everyone wanted information. We were live giving the people what they wanted. Updates on all of the players, right? So, yeah. I just can't believe it. It's been a crazy stream. I'm not going to make a transfer, Lee. I'm pretty content with this stream. With this team, sorry. I don't think I'll change anything. I don't think I need to make a transfer. You should stream to the deadline. A lot of people would watch. Yeah, but there's all the other big accounts will go then. It's nice to go a little bit early and be one of the few that do it. I'd like to, mate, but if I did that, I'd have been live for like 6 hours. And I'd just be... how long can I do 6 hours of telling people an update on Haaland, Wilson and all of that? I'm not sure I could do it for much longer. Take care, Harmony. Please, Munoz or Andersen? Munoz. I like Andersen a lot, but I think Munoz looks great. And he won't be owned by that many people either. And he's got Tottenham. Like, that's a good fixture. Surely that's a good fixture. Haaland, no, don't sell Haaland, mate. Don't sell Haaland. Not worth it. Start Wilson, put Dango first bench. Yeah, I think so. To be honest, if you were to ask me on what my thoughts, based on the news we've got, I think Haaland, Wilson and O'Reilly either start or don't feature at all. That's my view on all three of them. Can we just have a new injury update? I'll do one more injury update at 5 to 4 and then that's it. I'm complaining that people are asking me for injury updates, but the title of my stream says updates on all of the players, so it's valid. It's just funny, isn't it? If anyone's been around for any period of time. Is Wirtz a sell? I think Wirtz is going to be back for next game week. So if you can keep him till 30, I wouldn't get rid. I did wash my hands, mate. Don't worry. The toilet break involved washing my hands. Can't wait for 3:55, mate. We'll be there. I might make you wait till 3:56, like Arteta did earlier. Is Munoz a sell? Why would you sell Munoz? Why has it changed? You know, your reason for buying Munoz, I don't think they've gone away. Personally, I keep him. I've been live for 3.5 hours. I'm starting to run out of voice. I won't lie. All right, we're going to do some predictions, right? Everyone in the chat, I want you to say starts or doesn't start, all right, in answer to these questions, all right? This will help people. Erling Haaland, what do you think? Start or doesn't start? Let me know in the chat. Put start if you think he starts, doesn't start if you think he doesn't start. Let me know. I want to know what you think. We'll round off with this to help everyone out. Out for the season. Lee, you little troublemaker. Thought you were gone, Harmony. I think that's pretty unanimous that the chat thinks he starts. I'd say that's 80% say he starts. That's Haaland. What do we think about Harry Wilson? Start. So you have to put the player's name now, just so you know we don't get confused between Haaland and Wilson. So say Wilson start, Wilson doesn't start in your message. Let me know what you think. Oh, no worries, Harmony. I'm going in 5 minutes. Probably. Paul and Harmony are on the same stream. Incredible. How long has it been? It's been like 6 months since that happened. Yeah, Wilson, no idea. I think that's unanimous, pretty much, that people are not sure on Wilson. Yeah, I was going to say Rice. What do we think of Rice? Rice start, Rice doesn't start. Let me know. We've got a team to look at as well. Hi mate, finally arrived here. This is my wildcard team. I know I'm crazy, but couldn't wait for Gameweek 32. What do you think? I know we say Thiago for Sesko, but I really don't feel striker. Mate, I'll have... yeah. If you know what I'm going to say, you know what I'm going to say. Rest of the team is great, but I would definitely have... I would definitely have Thiago in instead of Sesko. Left keys and phone at work. Oh, mate. Nightmare. I'm glad you've got a wife who can let you in anyway. I'm glad there's someone who can let you in. Right, ladies and gents. I think we're going to call it there. I'm done. I'm sorry, I'm done. I can't. I've run out of energy. My voice is going. I can feel my throat going. I've run out of energy to give injury updates and read any more comments. I'm sorry. I've been live for 3.5 hours. I think we're done. That has been the single best deadline stream I've ever done in terms of numbers. We've had 11,500 people tune in. We've got 350 people watching right now. I think 800 people were in there at one point. Mental. Most people have ever had watching me on a live stream. Crazy. So thank you everyone that joined. Mental. Obviously, the reasons for that was everyone wanted an injury update, which hopefully I gave about 50 times, so everyone knows who's playing and who's not. And if you don't, Haaland, I'm going to do it one more time to sign off. Haaland, doing much better. Man City didn't train yesterday. They trained today. Pep Guardiola will make a call on Haaland today. The same applies to Nico O'Reilly. Harry Wilson is being assessed, so we don't know. Joachim Andersen is 100% to play. Declan Rice is doing better, but Arteta will wait and see. Joe Rodon seems fit. Evan Nilsson has a dead leg. There's fake news that Kanate is injured. It's not real. Kanate is okay. I think that's it. That's all the injury updates. So, I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to go and have a lie down.